D&D. Switching things up this week. I'm the DM. I'm behind the screen. Yeah. I make the rules.
Yeah. Most of them.
Most of them. We're going to see.
The rules she wants.
Yes, it's true. So buckle in. Before we get started, we have a couple of sponsors that we want to throw some love to.
Yeah.
First off is Initiative Coffee.
Thanks, guys.
Keeping us caffeinated through the wee hours of the morning playing D&D, so thank you very, very much. If you guys are interested, check it out. I'm sure Ted's going to throw up a link to get some. He's doing it over there. He's throwing up a link where you get some kind of a discount.
$2
on shipping.
$2 on shipping.
That's not, no, it's just $2.
No, it's just $2 off.
Just $2.
Wait,
can't beat that deal. 2 for the price of 2. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Can't beat that price.
Super stoked, man.
I mean,
let her be excited.
Let me have this, all right? I get to run the stream tonight. Let me have this.
Our other sponsor.
Our other sponsor is Elderwood Academy. Where's my thing? Sending us super cool D&D merchandise. Little hex chests, dice boxes, towers.
All sorts of
fun paraphernalia. Shit. So if you're interested, check them out and throw them some love.
Yeah.
Mini, what are those?
Mini
spellbooks. I know what spellbooks are.
I didn't know what they were.
So tonight we're starting a brand new stream, or story, campaign, whatever. So I'm gonna have everybody go around and introduce their new character. So give me your name, a little backstory. I mean, if someone wants to start off with the backstory of you guys as a group of friends, you can do that. And then if you can, give me one fun little fact about your character.
Oh.
All right.
You're looking at me.
Yeah,
you look like the person who's going to
you seem like you were ready.
Backstory,
group backstory.
Our group backstory is, so we all grew up in the same small town, which Celine still hasn't gave us the name for.
Cool. Small town.
We grew up in a small town, and we heard that outside of town there was a body of a dead adventurer. So we, the 4 of us, decided to take a little trek. We all told our parents we were staying at the other one's house, so they wouldn't get. So we did this 20-mile hike where we learned about ourselves and we learned about each other. It's the movie Stand By Me. We did the movie Stand By Me.
We did the whole thing.
We did the whole thing. And then after that, after we got back from our adventure, we all kind of took the lessons we learned when we were standing by one another, and we kind of went off and did our own thing, lived our own lives. My character's name is Flash von Schlitz. He is a Mark of the Making human artificer. I'm using the newest Unearthed Arcana. I'll be using the Battle Mage Artificer archetype. Nice. So all my magic will be described with little gadgets that I make. And fun fact about Flash von Schlitz, he is allergic to strawberries.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, he just gets a little rash on his belly, but he still doesn't like to eat them because it's uncomfortable under his plate mount, or his scale mount.
Plus, if it would be embarrassing if at any point you had to disrobe.
Yeah, and then you got a rashy belly.
Yeah,
little rashy belly.
Little rashy belly. Nobody likes rash on belly.
Strawberry Patch Kid.
Oh. That sounds like it's a thing that happened now in canon. I was made fun of as a kid for having a strawberry patch belly.
Aw, so sad.
Let's hope none of you guys bring that up now that we have reconnected after all of these years.
Yeah. So, I'm going to be playing...
time that Flash had that strawberry patch belly?
God damn it! First thing!
You know, Kane, that's not really, that's not the coolest thing.
SPB, what's up?
SPB?
Strawberry Patch Belly.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, no. Now it's easy to say.
It was supposed to be a fun fact.
Anyway,
and now
moving on.
I'm going to be playing as Carl of the Forest. So Carl grew up in a large family. He also went on this wonderful adventure to find a dead body, which turned out to be a wonderful bonding experience, which is where he discovered his love of nature after he left small town where he grew up. So he decided to set out by himself. He went out into the desert and found a moon well, which was defunct. He restored that to life and grew a forest around it, which is why people now call him Carl of the Forest. By people, he means just himself, because he hasn't interacted with anybody in years at this point. Fun fact about Carl is that he is not allergic to strawberries. And so he can eat them as much as he wants.
Must be nice.
Yeah. No. Carl has 11 siblings in small town. So It's his family was busy.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
They had a lot of activities, you know, like it's hard to go to like ballet practice and
Cricket.
soccer practice while dad's at work.
I don't know. I was just saying an activity.
Cricket?
Yeah, that seems like a
Okay.
whimsical
Oh.
fantasy sport. Like, I know it's an
Alright,
actual
SPB.
sport,
SPB.
but I feel like it's more
You're
logical.
getting rashy in your face now.
That's not. This is not. I am not okay with this.
Alright. Well, you know what? Too bad, you know. So Carl was the youngest of 12. So he was pretty much just left to his own devices, which is why he's a little bit off.
All right. Over to you, Bat.
All right, I play Tua. I am a scout rogue.
2 or what?
Where'd you come up with that one?
You.
He was raised by his uncle, who taught him the ways of the Kalashtar people, who have a telepathical link or spiritual bond with a quarry, which actually, gives them the ability to have a telepathic link. And because he does, well, he's got somewhat of a southern drawl. That's just how the Kalashtar are when they take their oath or obligation to bond with the quarry. So, SBC.
Nope. You did it wrong.
I did it wrong?
SPB.
B.
B.
Okay. SPC. God.
Went all the way to fucking Silver Moon and
You can't escape your
still
childhood.
talking about my belly.
We're slipping into Oz voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
hang on.
do the. I don't know.
We haven't.
You do. I mean, you do.
He hasn't done a
You
voice
do.
yet.
Find
haven't really
yourself.
talked
Gotta
yet.
find
Yeah.
yourself. All right.
Yeah.
Tedward.
Yeah. Let me just pull up my backstory.
I actually skipped my backstory. I just told our backstory and
That's
then went
fine.
on to what I was.
Do you want to say?
Don't say
Anyway,
anything.
I grew up in a small town. Parents live in that same small town. Probably gonna die in that small town. Probably not.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Anyway, so I also went on the journey to find the dead body, and similar to everyone else, it changed who I was as a person. But I was drawn more towards the idea of death and the nature of undeath and history and dying and necromancy. Traveled out into the world as a bit of an archaeologist, saw a bunch of different tombs. Through a series of events, found myself into a defunct Jurgle tomb, and fell below, found part of the ancient civilization, the companions of the Pallid Mask, which were Jurgle Lights, I think is what they're called, who focus more on force of arms rather than just scribing.
Like jerkle lights.
Used that stuff to learn some cool magic and fighting ability. Came back to the town. And I, fun fact, have a 2 undead companions that travel with me everywhere. One is a skeleton, and his name is Mr. Bones.
It's a good
And
name.
the warhorse, the undead warhorse, name is Artax.
All right.
I have to go see what Claire texted me about. But keep
2
telling the
things.
Okay.
Death and our taxes.
Oh!
So the things he cares about. All
Good
right.
stuff.
Hot tonight.
Oh, do you want to tell anything about your
Sure, I
right now
guess.
that
yeah,
Since
Ted had
Ted
to-
walked away.
he had
Um,
a family
so,
man. Ugh.
Was it Flash really liked making stuff, so after he saw the dead body he was like, life's short, I gotta learn how to make stuff. So we learned smithing and leatherworking and there's another one from alchemy from the local people in town, and then eventually he kind of surpassed all of them and was too good at making stuff. So we went to the nearest big city, which was Silvery Moon, or a big city, Silvery Moon, and hooked up with a dwarven clan called the Steindrains. And they trained him on glass blowing, and he met up with a gnome tinkerer who he studied with, whose name was Flick Narb Angsty Willow Hickson Mixon.
Ooh.
And he taught him how to do tinkering stuff. And yeah, so now he builds
Badass little machines.
builds out little cool toys. And he has an Iron Defender, which is my class feature. So it's a medium-sized four-legged creature, which I think I've decided is going to look like a pig, but with the tail of a beaver. And his name is Bleep. So
So he can swim.
No, he's a robot.
He can't
Wait,
swim.
what did you just say he was?
Why can't he
I
swim?
just zoned out for 2 seconds.
A pig with a beaver's tail.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
Jake suggested I combine some stuff, so pig with a beaver's tail
I like it.
named Bleep. Yeah.
Can I have a mane of like hedgehog prickles?
Like
a lion?
he's made of metal, but yes.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Can you ride him?
No, he is. We are both medium sized.
Oh, yeah.
But I do have this spell, enlarge, reduce. So I could either make myself smaller so I could ride him, or
That
make
sounds
him bigger so I
Better.
could ride
That
him.
sounds better.
But only for like a minute.
Cool.
And that's just going to be a switch. It'll be big mode, and I'll hit a switch, and he'll get bigger.
Nice.
Hashtag enlarge. I feel like okay. So since all of my spells are little gadgets, and I thought about what to do, and I'm gonna like describe what the little gadgets are. Should I just like describe them and then say like hashtag and then tell you what spell it actually means?
Sure.
So like we get hit with a fireball, and I'm like, well, Flash pulls out a little tiny dustbuster this big and sucks up some of the fire. Hashtag goes over villains.
I like that.
I like that. That's
So
fun.
it's quick and streamlined, so I get to have my little descriptions in there, and you get to know what I'm actually doing.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it plugs into the back of the Yickle, so I can do an extra D6 fire damage.
Oh, sneaky.
Cool.
I just
Everything good?
Yeah, no, she sent me a text
God
message.
damn
that
it!
said-
Someone's in the chat as Sean's belly! Already!
Internet, this is why we love you.
Yep.
Sour Patch Sean.
Sorry.
Let me see.
I'm not showing you my tummy!
No.
All right, that's a
He's
that's
not
a lot.
legally allowed to on Twitch.
No.
Really?
It's not that kind of stream.
It toes a weird line.
We're not towing any sort of lines here.
Anyway, no, she sent me a text or a picture that didn't come through, and it only had the comment about to lose it right now.
Oh.
So I was like, either something happened, Wes isn't going to bed.
It was something funny.
No, there was a bag of like garbage hanging on the door.
Huh?
I thought it was maybe gonna be like some cool celebrity was at her work today, and she's like, "Oh my god, David Tennant was at work and I was at home." I don't know. No, it was the dogs ripped through a bag of garbage
Oh, no.
that had a bunch of baby diapers in it.
Oh no!
So you can see
Oh no!
just all baby shit.
Oh no!
Everybody can press F in the chat.
Anyway,
All right, well, let's leave that reality behind and go into the world of
yes,
make-believe.
this one's more fun.
Yes. All right, so our adventure begins with all of our heroes coming back to the town of New Astoria.
Ooh!
Now you guys know. Locals just call it small town.
It's just a small town.
It's just small town, you know.
Small town.
Oh yeah, just through the woods of small town, you see.
I can breathe
Yeah.
in a small town.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are just small town boys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Living in a lonely world.
what is it? Is it?
I did it.
Oh, it's City
Well done,
Boys.
girl.
Nah.
I flipped it. Anyway, so you guys unfortunately have gathered back to town for the funeral of a dear friend.
Oh no.
Yes.
Question, was this friend an actual deer?
No.
I have dear friends.
I
He
know,
has
that's
dear
why I
friends.
asked.
This is not one of
No.
this
Okay.
is not one of Carl's forest funerals.
Gotcha.
All right.
Curious.
All right. So yeah, he was a part of a famous adventuring group called the Famous Four. That is what the people know them as. And fun fact, one of the members of the Famous Four is the adventurer you guys found on your first adventure.
Ooh.
So that's kind of how you got connected with the other living ones
Nice.
Okay.
left and kind of created a friendship with them and all that type of stuff. So you guys are back in town for his funeral. Do you guys want to like
Meet each other.
meet each other like at the funeral? Do you guys want to meet up ahead of time? How do you want to play your reunion?
So this is the day of the funeral.
This is the day of the
What's
funeral. Is
weather
where
like?
we begin.
Let's start with that. What time of year is it?
What
First.
time of year is it?
These are important for the setting.
Desire.
It's summer.
Okay.
Okay.
It's summer.
So-
Leading into kind of fall, but like the end of summer.
Okay, cool.
End of summer, and the weather is nice. There are some clouds in the sky, but it's relatively sunny. You know, a little humid, but not too bad.
Oh, good.
You guys are a coastal town,
Okay.
so a little ways outside, you end up near like rocky cliffs that lead, some paths that lead down to some beaches, stuff like that. Yeah, so there's a little bit of an ocean breeze coming in, so like it's not too terrible.
Okay. Well, I'll just be walking on the road down into town, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen each other in years, so we wouldn't have a way to like meet up unless we just
Well, I mean, you would know
happen
where
to
Carl
bump
is.
into each other.
Carl's lived in the same spot, so if you want to
Well,
go,
I would know that.
Yeah, like
We've
That's
been,
fair.
we've been out
I've
of
been,
town.
I've been
Alright.
on Silver Moon for years.
I believe I've been working in the militia, so I would have known that.
You would have known that?
I would have read some of my backstory, but it wasn't there. So
Sometimes when you have a spirit inside you, you forget.
it's
Right.
true.
you're absolutely
Same.
right.
All right, so I'll be, how about I'm walking into town, and then Kane comes upon me, because he's got a horse, so
I
he's
do.
faster.
I do have a horse, so I would probably. I guess I didn't put your backstory in here
That's
for you.
all right.
I can't do everything for you.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so I guess I will ride up on. Well, I'll be riding slowly because Mr. Bones has to keep up too.
Oh, Mr.
Or he could ride on the horse too. He doesn't take up much weight
Bones.
or space.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'm riding in. And how well do we know these adventurers? We know we saw the dead one.
You saw the dead one,
And
and
he's
you
a deer
became friends
I see.
With the others.
with the
others.
other ones. They were older, so it's kind of like that relationship where you go visit the old crazy old man in town who like
Right.
tells about his old adventuring stories and
okay.
stuff like that. So it's like that kind of a bond.
Oh.
Nice.
Where they like kind of
mentor
took,
style.
because you guys did an adventure and like they saw themselves in you, so they kind of took you under their wing.
Nice.
Do they
So like
actually
the old
He-
guy at
he-
the end of
The funeral that you're going to, he is the
Sandlot?
Sandlot.
Yes,
I like
kind
how
of.
I
Yeah,
said that
kind
and
of.
You knew. Yeah, of course. Throwing a baseball.
So the funeral that you're going to, he is the last of the final four.
What was his name?
No, I mean of the famous four.
Yeah, what was his
Huh?
name?
What was his name?
Mike Well.
Mike Well.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Mike Well is his first name. His last name.
Butt
Mike
stuff.
Mike Well Walsh.
Okay. Mike Well.
Blackwell Walsh. Okay.
What was he?
What do you mean?
Was
Was
he
he human?
Was he a rogue? Was he a wizard? The
Fighter.
Fighter.
All right.
There's a human fighter, Blackwell.
Yep.
Okay. So
All of the famous four were humans.
Okay.
I see. Like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess
You're not human.
he is a human.
We're all humans. This
I'm
is
a
weird.
I know!
Dragon Mark human.
Oh,
That was
that's
the
right.
whole.
That
Remember
was
we
the
had
point.
this conversation.
I don't.
We were all gonna be humans, and then Pat's like, "I don't want to be a human," and then we're like, "I guess you can kind of be sort of human."
Half human.
Human-esque.
Human-esque.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, so we'll say you all meet kind of heading in towards where the funeral is
Cool.
going to be, like going in towards the center of town.
Cool.
So you see each other from across the roads.
Oh.
I'm gonna one by one telepathically communicate with all of them. What's up? What's up?
That's
What's
different.
up?
You're right.
You're Oz.
I'm slipping into Oz.
go German.
Go German.
All right. Guten Tag.
By the way, I can let all of you respond if I want, so I do.
You have two
Okay.
charges, by the way.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Anna.
Tua, it's good to see you again. Why are you talking in my head and not to my face like this?
It's just easier because then the quarry knows what I'm saying too. Like right off jump, it's just we got this thing going on.
Okay, now did this happen before you
I was-
left? Do I know that
Oh,
you have a
that's right.
weird spirit in your person that you're talking about?
We left each other for how long?
As just after childhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, did you guys spend any time like forming friendship? Like forming a
well,
friendship after
we-
your bond?
Happened
We
when I was,
were
like,
friends
13.
before.
You were
Yes,
friends before
pretty
that.
sure.
Yes,
I-
as
okay.
children. We
And then
were
you guys
friends.
left right after that event happened?
I did.
No.
Well, you didn't.
I stayed in town for a couple of years, like smithing and learning
Okay,
crafts
so
locally.
you probably would have known.
Okay, cool.
Ah,
So this isn't different.
Yeah,
not
this
that
is-
different.
That didn't happen on the internet.
Oh, good to know. I guess. Yeah. Well, hello, both of you. Yeah.
Well, it's like one of me. I just like carry the spirit almost. I've allowed it to live inside of my body, if you will.
I'm going to be honest. I still don't know if it says me.
It's like a parasite.
That makes sense. Parasite. Got it.
But they're
Yeah.
good. They're good parasites.
You lost me again. Okay. Well, we can work this out later. We have big business. I guess just act sad. Yeah.
We do, yeah.
All right. Cage is there quiet the whole time?
Yeah, I'm not.
It's like old times.
Ah, Just like old times.
Plus a skeleton.
Yeah, it's
Plus
good
the
to see
skeleton
you, Kane,
And
with your skeleton and weird bone horse.
Yeah, they're great. I'm great. How are you doing?
Oh, this is good. Yes,
Great.
this
That's
is
weird. You probably shouldn't do that to people when they don't expect it, because I forgot that you could do that. So don't do that. That was weird, but
All
good
right,
to see you.
yeah.
You know,
you
yeah,
as well.
he's right. You know,
Yeah.
better not.
My apologies.
Well, like, we know, but, like, other people don't know, so probably don't do that.
Right.
Like, we're going to a funeral, weird stuff happens. Look at me. I've got an undead horse and an undead skeleton. I'm going to a funeral.
Are
That's
they-
probably weird.
Are they coming to the funeral?
Yeah.
Is that rubbing it in?
No.
I don't know.
He was fine. Did I know how he died?
No, you guys just know he died.
He
Old
probably
age.
wasn't
It's
killed
just
by a
old age.
necromancer. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Just old age. He was
I-
very, very old.
Okay, that's
Like,
that's
he
good.
lived
That's good.
longer than a human should.
See, it's fine.
Yes, it's fine.
That ethereal voice said some things. Everything's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
Everything's great, guys.
I
mean,
feel
besides
like
your friend
everything-
being dead.
everything is going to be great. Yes. I guess. Kane, you seem the most appropriately dressed for the occasion. Why don't you lead us to the funeral?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so you all head in towards the middle of the town. You know, there's a square, as in most towns, and that's where everybody's going out because he was one of the founders of the town. So like the famous four founded this town. So everybody is out to see this funeral. Funeral here. He's going old Viking style. So there's a pyre
Nice.
with him in the middle. You know, there are a few speakers that come up, you know, regaling you with old stories, all that type of stuff. It's very heartfelt. Everybody's a little teary. He goes up in flame. Yeah,
Purposefully.
purposefully.
Oh, good.
Purposefully, he goes up in flame, and everybody's very sad. There's moments of silence and everything. And after that happens, a little halfling, older, little chubby, little spectacles,
He's already my favorite.
comes walking up in a nice, like, kind of suit jacket.
Should I do it like this? Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be close. What?
Nothing.
I'm a halfling. Don't make fun of my
Oh
voice.
god.
We're at
Oh
a
god.
funeral.
Oh god.
There you go. See, you gotta do the hand thing.
Oh god.
It was on the other side. You actually couldn't see it.
All right, so he's
Oh god.
All right, so he walks up to address everybody of the town. I can't breathe in. My nose is really weird.
Thank you all for coming today to honor our beloved Mike Well, known as Mikey to many. As all of you know, Mike Well and the rest of the famous four saved our village from becoming lost many, many years ago and founded it. Reverse those in order, but you get what I mean. And many of you younger folks only knew them as old men, so you may or may not believe the stories of their adventures. But us older generation, we remember their glory days. We have benefited from their generosity for decades. Their collective wealth has kept this town running. I have worked for the Famous Four for many, many years, and they put me in charge of their affairs. Now that the final member has passed on, it is time to disclose their final will and testament, which will determine what will happen to their fortune.
He what?
Is that a map?
I appreciate a good flap.
This
too
is
well.
the will and testament.
It's just stunned.
I thought it was Mike in Testament.
Oh.
Oh no! No, I wanted to make you take a D4 damages.
No, it's not.
I
Dungeons and
know it's not
Daddies.
Dungeons and Daddies, but I want to. Anyway,
For pun damage?
yes.
Alright.
All right. Ahem. So, final will and testament.
Dear citizens of New Astoria, if you are hearing this, then the last of us is finally dead. A real bummer for us, but an exciting opportunity for you. In our later years, we were constantly bombarded with questions about who would inherit our treasure after we passed on. Though our descendants would be the obvious answer, they have all moved to different areas of the world and found fortunes of their own. We wish for our wealth to continue to benefit our town and to be earned by those who prove themselves worthy. So, we decided to have a little fun, and we we've set up a challenge. A series of tests, as it were. A treasure hunt. Those clever and brave enough to solve it will inherit our wealth and take over the stewardship of our beloved town. With that being said, here is your first clue. Above the living, in a hidden room, lies the map to an ancient tomb. Good luck. Signed, Mikewell Walsh, Dedicus Wang, Clarkson Devereaux, and Lorenzo Cohen.
I'm never gonna remember the rest of those things.
I didn't bring a pen or anything, but I will use my magical tinkering property to just record
That's fine.
the clue.
The clue will be posted on the message board in the center of town. So you don't have to remember it just this once.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate everybody's support in these trying times. There is some food and beverage set up around.
Ooh.
Feel free to mingle and reminisce about our great founders.
I'm gonna hit play on the message again to hear what it is.
The clue?
The clue.
In the hidden rooms.
Oh no, he is who she's
I
gonna
know.
say.
Above the living, in a hidden room, lies the map to an ancient tomb.
One more time.
Above
Okay.
So as that happens, everybody, there's a big buzz in the crowd because like it's a lot of money that these guys have. Like it's a big treasure. So everybody's like, oh, what do you think the clue means? Where do you think it is? Do you want to form a band? What should we find it? Like all that type of stuff.
Thanks, Internet.
There's a group of boys that you know from like your schoolhood days who are like bullies and like nasty, and they're trying to, they're like, dude, we're totally gonna get that treasure and then we can run this town. We don't need help with them. Nah, man, that wealth is gonna be ours.
Yeah, the wealth is gonna be ours.
Are these the guys that started?
Why are we bringing it up already? Why can't we just let that go?
Oh, hey,
these the
hey,
guys?
what's up, Strawberry Patch Belly? I see you're back in town.
You could really cut that out now.
Nah, man.
Alright.
Strawberry, hey, they got some strawberry pie over there. You want some? We can get that old rash back.
Well, I can see that your intellect has grown this time. Very proud of you.
Did he just like insult me? I don't know. I think maybe.
I'm walking away at this point.
Where'd you get your insults, at the toilet store?
That was very good, Carl.
Yeah,
Suck on Carl's verse!
Do you guys walk away?
I'm gonna
We walk away, our friendship rekindled.
I'm gonna telepathically link in all their brains and go, yeah, suck on their words, but I'm not gonna let them respond. I don't want them to know.
Did you just hear someone asking us to suck on their words? Who said that? Who's talking about brain?
I think they've lost it a little bit.
You see like the crowd like slowly kind of move away from them, like.
I think perhaps.
Well, everyone grieves in their own way. Maybe this is how they do it. This insanity. Who knows? Gentlemen, shall we get drunk? What?
Yeah.
Why not?
This is a funeral. And I always think about clues better when I'm a little buzzed.
Alright.
That works.
Alright, so
There's like vendors and stuff set up because the town knew this was going to be a big thing. So like all the local like taverns and all that and like pubs and stuff like that like came out and like set
Everybody's
stuff
ready
up.
to go.
Yeah.
So you have 2 charges as
boom,
well.
boom. Thank
Internet,
you.
let me know if I was able to adjust those sliders on the fly to not have Celine completely destroy your ears.
Sorry, I'm so loud, and especially when I'm doing characters, I get excited. I'm sorry.
Well, see, the difference is you have one microphone and it's right there.
You have your own.
So,
Sorry, Internet.
well, I don't know. I messed around with the sliders to try to balance out where I thought everybody was.
Was it happening bad?
Oh,
Are they
yeah.
commenting
I've
on it?
never actually seen it get that high before.
Ooh.
Yeah!
That's not a good thing,
You're leaving me
Sean.
hanging, dear.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
That's not a good
yeah.
thing.
Okay,
Well-
I'll try to.
No, it's fine. I think I
Contain.
got it. I think I got it.
Contain your excitement.
Contain.
If we adapt the sound settings correctly, you don't need to contain yourself.
Yes, I really should take the time to remember and figure out which mic slider works for which mic.
Yes.
'Cause I always forget to do that.
Mm.
Oh no, another donation. Oh no.
Thank you so much, Internet.
Internet.
Wait, did the reliquary tip?
Oh no!
Oh,
yes!
I didn't plan for reliquary.
You can't plan for the reliquary.
I know.
Reliquary.
It
At
just
least it
happens
happened
to
now.
you.
At least
Bring
it
it
happened now before we
around
actually got to the
town.
thick of things.
What do we
First
do?
you do this, and then you do
this.
this.
And then
10.
Yes.
Do you want
double
to roll
take
for
3
the
times.
D6?
1, 2,
Yeah, man,
3.
you
Let
never
me,
get to roll.
You
Yeah.
get to roll.
That was for Carl. So you're at 4 now.
Oh, you know,
You don't have ultimates, Celine. You better design ultimates for the whole party
Ooh.
right now because
Right.
we're getting close. Not right now, but I've
Maybe on
got
the
3. He's got 4, and they both have 2.
Can I just have Darian's ultimate?
Yeah, actually, because it's the tree.
That
That fits perfectly.
Yeah.
that was very good.
Hold on. Trinket for Carl.
Ooh.
Trinket for Kane.
Internet, you guys are awesome tonight.
Yeah, you guys are.
Hang on. 2 trinkets for Carl.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hang on, I gotta reset.
You know, thanks, Internet. You guys are
Reset the
you guys
bar.
are just too kind. So what's there to drink around here?
You got regular ales.
Trinket for Flash. 2 trinkets for Flash. 2 for
you.
Carl. 1 for Kane. 2 for Flash. Thus far. How do we sound, Internet? Can you still hear us? I slided some stuff.
Let us know.
But the
I have a
reliquary.
nice
what do you
water.
think is-
Okay. I was gonna say there's like ales, wines, whiskey,
No.
Ooh.
What?
Not for Carl.
some nice port wines,
Some
some mead,
Flash.
Carl's
harvested
short
naturally from
and
the
very
bees.
light, so he just doesn't
Okay.
drink.
Flash spent a lot of time with dwarves, so he's gonna get some ale.
All right.
I'm gonna leave those sliders where they are, and we'll see how this sounds. You guys tell us if anybody sounds low. This might actually be optimal settings forever, so we might just leave it with that. Maybe we found the lightning in a bottle. Okay. So reliquary
Reliquary.
first. Let's. I also have.
You
I'm
know,
not
you
looking
slid
for
down a bit,
wax.
Fly.
But first,
Easy.
Yeah,
Ale.
since the old days.
I'm sorry. I was drinking
So,
when you started.
for those of you who don't know,
Oh, I said you slimmed down a bit, you know?
Well,
Looks like you've been in good shape and whatnot.
it's tinkering and it's smithing and those things.
So,
burn a lot of calories.
for those of you who don't know, it's October. You should know that.
Woo.
October is
Spoopy
the
drinks.
month of spoopiness, or spookiness if you're Jake and don't recognize spoopy as an actual
You don't
term.
recognize spoopy?
No. I don't like it. I think
Uh,
it's dumb.
So,
Well, you know what? It thinks you're dumb.
so
I
that's
don't care.
we got trinkets for everybody but you. Sorry, bud. But so you don't get to look at them ahead of time. You can't read through them all because we're saving these for this. But this is spooky trinkets.
Spooky trinkets.
So I'm gonna hand you this,
Okay.
Jake. You get to roll for a trinket.
And then I'll look up.
22.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
All right. You get a monocle made of dragon bone, decorated with unidentifiable black gemstones and attached to a delicate iron chain.
Oh, I actually have a monocle too.
All right.
So I guess I
go
know
next.
Ah.
44.
44. A lemon hard candy. When eaten, it causes the user to turn invisible for 1d10 minutes.
Ooh.
That's pretty damn
That's
neat.
actually awesome.
All right.
13.
13. A mummified witch's finger, tattooed with dozens of symbols of eyes.
Oh.
Gross.
Okay.
Super
Carl,
gross.
you got a second one?
I got the nicest number, 69.
Ooh, 69. Feeling fun. A petrified gazer wearing a chef's hat, which weighs exactly 12.3 pounds and is always warm to the touch.
So a gazer is the smaller.
A small beholder.
You have one as well, sir.
Why 12.3?
I don't know.
I saw it. Almost a 69, but it's the other way.
96?
66.
It's the 96. Good sir.
96.
96.
That's how you read numbers.
You know, right side up.
A pair of thigh-high cotton socks,
Oh.
emblazoned with the images of swirling gray mists. When a user looks closely, they see images of monsters appear in the fog, only to disappear a moment later.
Nice. Sweet ass socks.
You know, Tua, you got some cool socks there.
92.
Thank you.
I like 'em.
92.
Yeah.
A basic glass shaker filled with nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, and ginger, which never runs out. Permanent pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice!
And you're heading into fall. We
Well,
established
this
that this is summer going
this
into
is
fall.
This is great.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh, look
All
at
right.
this thing I found.
So-
And was that it for the
It's
trinkets?
just, you know,
Thus
stuff all
far.
over the place.
Thus far. I'm going to leave this over here.
Okay. What did we decide? Where the breakdown of the numbers.
Wow,
Wasn't
we
it
change
1,
every
2?
time.
We do. What is it going to be
Do
this
we
time?
wanna do
1,
1,
2
2?
good, 3, 4
Bad.
weird,
Or do you want to
5,
do
6 bad.
Oh, you're
One-
going all over the place.
Or do you want to do 1, 4 good, 2,
No, I
5?
don't want to do that.
Trinkets are
36.
definitely better this month, Petey. They're spoopy trinkets.
Spoopy
All
trinkets.
right.
So 1, 2.
Remember what you said. I'm just
Okay.
gonna
1, 2 good.
1, 2
yeah.
good,
Where's
3,
that
4
even
weird.
from?
One.
Good.
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 Oh my god, that's like the first good one we've ever rolled.
No, I got a flame tongue rapier.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Aha!
I also got another trinket, so it's a 51 for me on my second trinket.
So who's rolling the D30? That's the question.
51.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get
Ted, you
a
never
vial
roll.
of iridescent rainbow glitter. When worn, the user gains advantage on charisma, persuasion. What is charisma? And then persuasion specifically persuasion
Yeah.
checks. They should do persuasion. I think they should just say persuasion. That's stupid.
No,
Anyway.
because you can do persuasion checks that are not based on charisma.
Oh, really?
Technically. Yes.
Technically.
Technically
You
do
could,
anything
if like
about
you
it.
were trying to convince a wizard to do something, you could potentially do an intelligence persuasion.
Okay.
Or you could get really be like, I'm gonna persuade you, which is really intimidation. but it,
Alright. Alright, but anyway, you get advantage on that for the next 10 minutes.
if I put the glitter.
If you put
If-
on
yes,
the,
if-
the
if
pretty
you-
glitter.
Put on the glitter.
Oh, good.
Oh, I want you to put the glitter on your skeleton.
They said it's advantage.
It'd be so pretty. Yes, advantage on charisma, specifically persuasion checks.
Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm rolling a d30.
That fits in.
That's kind of cocked.
Let's
18.
Ooh, that's
see.
Sean.
Is that a Sean?
That's
That's
Sean.
What did I do?
This is
something
Oh,
good.
it's good.
It's good. It's good. You
I
don't
did
have to be
something
worried.
good.
What did you do?
I don't remember.
It's a flame tongue rapier.
I mean, it could be.
I don't think
You
it is,
did-
but
you
it
did
could
that.
be. Yeah, I did do that. I feel like it was the weapon that every party could use. A rapier.
Oh,
That's true. This party could use it.
Yeah.
Somebody could. Reliquary. Where are you at? Reliquary list. There we go.
How's the
How's the
beer
beer?
in there?
It's,
What?
Okay.
I mean, it's
Finesse
good.
So
Not as good as Silvery Moon beer.
we need to determine a player finds it. Who finds it? How do we determine this?
I can
So
roll a d4.
You tell
I
us.
can be
Then.
random. Or
Yeah.
you could all Ramshambo. What is it?
Rochambeau.
Rochambeau for it.
No,
Alright,
I want to be 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Two.
I want to be 2.
Ha! So I find a monocle that gives me +1 to perception and investigation checks.
What the hell is with the
That's
monocle?
it.
I'm the only one without a monocle now.
That's alright.
Give me
Roll for eyes.
Roll for eyes.
Give me like 2 hours. Alright, sorry. Give me like 2 hours and I could make you a monocle.
19.
All right.
99.
Oh, so many eyes.
So many eyes.
Alright.
Alright, cool. So yeah, you happen to find that.
I'm gonna be like, sweet.
Oh.
Monocle.
I got one, you know.
Oh. I also have one.
Oh.
This is an odd thing to happen because these are not very common.
Or maybe they're really common in
Maybe they
this,
are.
in the small town.
Small town.
Maybe that's like we're the biggest exporter of monocles in the realms.
That is now canon.
You're welcome.
Yep.
New
Yeah.
Astoria their main export is monocles.
What a not disruptive reliquary.
Alright?
All right.
Cool.
You know, so now that we're sitting here all hanging out,
Yeah.
we're caught up a bit, right? It's been, we'll say, what? We've been sitting, drinking, having a decent time for a little while now.
Yep.
I remember why I don't like people so much.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders.
So I know you guys aren't like, big about the town, but you know, you all been out and about and doing your stuff. But you know, I could use the money. We could for my family, or maybe for not letting those douchebags get it.
Oh yeah, I'm all for not letting those douchebags get it. Also, I genuinely enjoy puzzles. So this will be fun for me.
I'm
That-
saying
That sounds great.
Maybe
I'm
I'll
excited
find
to
a
be a part
monocle.
of this plan.
You know, and there's the whole ancient tomb thing, which
Right? I mean, that's a win-win for me.
It seems to be up your street, as they say.
At this,
I'm sure they do.
I've heard you say that before.
Yeah, it's right up your street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I live out in the desert.
It's a figure of speech, meaning some things that you would like.
Ah.
Like trees are up your street. Because you like the trees.
Okay.
Anyway,
so at this moment in time, a human male about the same age as you guys is gonna come over, and introduce himself. He's gonna be, hey, I don't know if you guys know me. I'm Gregory Walsh. Mikey was my great grandpa.
Oh, we are very sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But I was going through his stuff at home, and I noticed just some letters that he had been, like, you guys had written back and forth and stuff like that. And he always, seemed to be very fond of you guys. He has a lot of stuff in his house, so I was wondering if you guys wanted to come swing by, kind of take a look around, and see if there's anything you wanted.
that sounds great. I would
Yeah.
love to do that. He was a dear friend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
We could go now.
Yeah, you want to come now?
Yeah.
Let's go now.
All right.
sounds good.
So he's
As
gonna.
we're leaving, I druid craft a flower and throw it on the fire.
Chat said now he's Mike Well Done.
Oh.
Ugh.
When you throw the,
Ouch.
what kind of flower was it that you threw in?
Yeah, it's a posy,
A posy?
A posy.
What color posy?
Yellow.
But
Yellow.
is it
Yellow
opposing?
for.
So it's gonna go in, and you'll see a little of like yellow
My
glitter,
goal in all my
And, like,
jokes is to
shimmer
make Ted
kinda
rub his face in
spark out.
disgust.
and then
That's nice.
so he'll lead you through the town a bit, maybe like a 15-minute walk. Lead you more towards the outskirts, and you come upon a house that looks very different from the rest of the houses. There is a big fence around with a closed gate, and inside there are a bunch of like weird looking contraptions and like things. So he's gonna lead you up, and he's gonna he has a slingshot on his hip, so he's gonna pull it out. He's gonna pull a rock, hit it up there, and a very what are they called, Rube Goldberg Style. Is gonna happen, and a bunch of things occur, and then the gate just like clicks open, and then he'll lead you guys in, and when he closes it, everything magically resets.
Flash is losing his shit on the inside.
Yeah,
This is so fucking cool.
I guess that works.
one of
I mean,
my
it seems really excessive, but whatever.
one of my great
It seems.
one of great grandpa's buddies was super into tinkering and all that type of stuff, so he set this up for him.
That might be the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I'm sure he would have appreciated that.
I'm a little flustered.
So he'll lead you inside.
Have you been eating it? Never mind.
He'll lead you inside. So the first room that you guys go into is a living room-ish. So there's, a little table in the middle, some like a couch-esque. I'm gonna have very modern furniture.
Cool.
Couch.
Oh, that's his furniture.
Walls covered in old photos and trinkets and different things like that. You'll notice that there's a fireplace. There's a door across all the way to the room that looks like it's leading into a hallway. On your left, there'll be a door, and a little ways down the wall on that same wall will be an opening that leads into a kitchen. Just kind of come in, look around, make yourselves at home. There's stuff everywhere, so feel free to go through all the rooms. The attic upstairs is super dusty and a hot mess, but feel free to look. That he store a lot of old adventure and stuff up there, so if you're interested. If you guys want anything to eat or drink, feel free to go through the kitchen.
Cool.
Yeah, just kind of have a look around, see if anything grabs your eye.
Well, thank you.
I'll be in here.
I think we should start at the attic and work our way down. Because that's probably where the cool stuff is.
above the living room.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many stories is that? 1 story? 2 stories?
There's...
I got what you were saying. That's a great idea. Hopefully nobody else figures that out in the town. Just us.
Right.
Right?
Oh, I thought you
Above-
were making pun because he's dead.
No.
I thought you were making a joke, but that's even better. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got a
You've
sick
got
sense of humor, my guy.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's go up to the
Anyway,
attic.
so
Put a bunch of things in a pouch
it's
and light it on fire real quick so you can sniff it. Guidance.
yeah, it's a one
Hashtag
it's one
guidance.
story.
Okay.
House.
Okay, so choose the attic.
All right, so you go across the living room, into the hallway. You'll see a door that is like all the doors are kind of open, so you can kind of see into rooms as you pass by. There is a study. There's what looks like the bedroom, and then a bathroom ish. Like it's more just kind of like
A hole to shit in.
yeah, basically, but it's there.
You know, an indoor hole is pretty nice.
It's like you still go outside
if
where
you
the
had
hole is,
someone-
but there's like some covering around you.
He paid somebody or had someone design that crazy contraption
Exactly.
to open the gate. It still has a hole to shitting in the ground. Guys,
Okay. You don't know what's going on
like
under the
a
ground? There's a-
compost fertilizer thing.
I mean, maybe.
There you go. Anyway, so and then all the way at the end of the hall, there are the stairs that lead up.
Cool. I'm
So-
going there.
You all going up?
Guidance.
All right, so you all walk up, and you enter the attic, which is super dusty. There's like old crates and like paintings, statues, stuff like that covered in old drapes, old furniture,
Could have had
all that
guidance
type
too,
of
but I
stuff.
didn't take it so you wouldn't feel left out.
Everybody make me perception checks.
Oh, we got guidance, you know.
Ah, we do, yeah. Oh, nice. 24.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
11.
24.
That's also, pretty good there.
Now I have a +1. To a monocle.
I have guidance. I should do that. I don't know why with the 24. That will be 19.
Okay, so all of you except for Tua will notice
Seems to be a trend.
Tua walks in and walks into a spider web, and it's just like
Oh, no!
And
I
it's
hate
just-
these spiders.
and then that kicks up dust, so now he's sneezing. It's a whole ordeal.
Grab it.
The rest of you, when you walk in, you notice all the way.
Carl.
You got a 19.
You just
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna notice on the opposite wall across from where you are, there's a weird section that's very cleared, like there's not stuff on the walls or immediately on the floor in front of it, but there is a pillar with a statue of a naked man who is missing his penis.
Ah.
You two, with your high rolls, will also notice that the attic stops short. It doesn't go the full length of the house.
Ah.
It's smaller than you would anticipate it being.
That piece says a lot about life there. The importance of a penis.
Yeah, I would say that for some, a penis is very important.
Is it more than a century old, this art piece of this statue of a dude without a penis? I'm just curious.
Yes.
How much is it worth? I know that. That's a thing I know from being an archaeologist.
Oh, you
The
know how much it's
monetary
worth?
value of any pieces of art that are more than a century old. It's so random. I don't know if you guys know this, but out in the world, I learned a lot about art without penises. Turns out,
The penisless art. Well, now, if we were to find and reaffix the penis,
I'm sure the
does that-
value would. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the specific piece of
That's
art.
right.
No,
Just say,
sometimes
just
it's
say.
It's
really
worth
like that.
250 gold.
So it's 250 gold without a dick.
Oh, well, let's keep eye out for penis. But also, the wall is too close.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, now that you pointed out, that makes some sense there.
So I like to make an investigation check. I'm going to look, see if there are any hidden doors.
I will
Guidance.
assist you in looking because I have proficiency in investigation as well.
Depression.
I'm gonna start casting detect magic as a ritual.
21.
It's just me sitting down for 10
You
minutes and
don't
not doing
see
anything.
anything immediately. The whole wall is wooden. You will notice very, very, very faint grooves running down the sides. About where the gap in like the blank wall ends.
Okay.
You take 10 minutes and cast Detect Magic.
Yeah.
You will also see the lines, but you will notice a faint glow.
I identify the type of magic.
I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know the type of magics that well. So
It is an illusion.
I was just gonna say
it is
enchantment
not an
was real
illusion.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it necromantic?
no.
Is it damaging? Evocation?
No.
Is
Okay.
it protective? Abjuration?
Transmutation.
Transmutation? Changing of one from one thing to another?
Whatever, like concealment.
Illusion.
You know.
Oh, that is
type.
illusion. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's fine. It's all good.
Is there anything
I know.
else magical up here?
Not that is within your eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, it's only 30 feet. But this room doesn't sound like it's bigger than 30 feet.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so.
It's-
You know, the space there, it's little magic.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know.
Ah.
So I walk up to it with the knowledge that it's magical. And I pick up the penisless statue.
You can't.
It's affixed.
Yep.
I can't pull it?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you could pull on the penis if it was there, but it's not.
It's not a fix.
I poke where the penis should be.
Can you fit a dagger in it?
In the penis?
Or in the hole.
Just a gentle reminder, you have a whole house to see.
No.
No. We're like, I'm
We're
gonna
here.
search. I would like to search the attic and see if I can see any cool items or penises.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
roll
downstairs because it's
investigation?
kind of dusty up here.
I'll
I'll
go with the
assist
eye
you
like the spider I
in-
just killed.
I like the dusty attic. It fits my aesthetic.
Yeah, 15. 20.
Nothing.
I don't find any penises?
Nope.
What about the aforementioned adventuring gear that was up here?
It's just like rusty old, like armor and that type of stuff. Like more mundane, nothing super magical or exciting.
I bet it's behind the hidden wall.
Probably behind the hidden wall is the, once we find the penis.
If this was a dungeon or a ruin, I don't do houses.
Well, we all have our shortcomings, you know.
All right. Well, Carl goes downstairs
Oh,
while
yeah.
that's happening.
Yeah.
What do you do when you go downstairs?
Well, you know, there's the study there.
Yep.
I'm gonna go in the study.
You got an investigation?
No,
He's just going in the stuff
I'm
for
just
now.
looking.
You got guidance though?
Yeah.
Can I have it?
You don't know guidance?
No.
Oh, well, you know, some people don't. I'm gonna throw a hand on your shoulder, and that's how I cast
Alright,
guidance.
and I'm gonna look around the study.
Okay, so the two of you go down to the study.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he's actively investigating. When you first walk in, you'll just notice there are bookcases around. There's an old map framed up on the wall behind the desk. There's a desk, a nice leather-bound chair. The map is of New Astoria and kind of like the area surrounding areas.
landscape. Okay.
Yeah, the surrounding landscape, neighboring towns, that type of stuff. That's behind there. The desk has a couple of drawers. And yeah. Okay.
I rolled a natural 1 on investigation, so with
+1 guidance, you know.
2, I got a 6. So look, there's another spider in the corner.
Yeah, right?
So
You're
I'm
just kind of
gonna-
looking through the books and you're like, oh, these are all words. Cool.
I know some of these words.
I know some of these look old.
Take down the map
Okay.
off the, and then I'm gonna see if there's any like extra map that's not, you know, like
Like open it up and that
yeah,
type of stuff.
exactly. Take it out of its frame.
Flap.
This isn't in a hidden room, Carl.
You know, I just like maps.
Alright. I forgot that.
Is there anything else in the map?
Yeah.
Ooh. Plus, you know, sometimes there's extra stuff on maps.
Actually, No, I lied. It's not there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know,
I was thinking
it's
of the wrong one. It's just a
actually
normal
not
map.
here. I just keep it.
Okay.
No, I have a map. of the area.
Do you want
Good to
to
have.
search anywhere else in the room?
You know, in the desk there.
Can you make a penis?
So
Can you
you
craft
open the
one?
desk drawers.
Yes, but I
You
couldn't
open
make
doors?
it out
Okay.
of. Wait, what material was the statue?
Marble.
I can't make it out of marble. I can make it out of glass, leather, or any kind of metal.
And while Flash and Kane are up there discussing on how to fashion a penis,
It's important stuff.
It's called a dildo.
Carl over here looks through the desk and finds a nice ornate box, which inside, magically, there's a penis.
Wait,
Is
is it
magical?
magically penis, or is it just like
I mean, it's there.
coincidentally a
It's just
penis?
there.
Coincidentally, yeah.
Coincidentally.
Okay,
It wasn't like, see, we talked about it and it magically appeared downstairs.
that's how I feel.
Could have happened.
That's what I think.
That's how I feel.
Ah.
This happened.
Through the magic of mundane searching, you can find whatever kind of penis you're looking for.
Mm.
You can take
Yeah,
that.
let
one to
me
the
get
bank.
started on the glass penis.
How much
So I
is
will
it
bust
worth?
out my glass blowers kit
What?
and
I
start
don't know
working
that.
on a penis.
I close the little box. I go into the kitchen
Okay.
and I fix myself a. What's in the kitchen for food?
There'll be stuff to like make porridge. There's some fresh fruit.
Oh, yeah, I'll have some fresh fruit.
He's putting some
Roll
curves
roll
in
for
it.
penis.
It's,
what
I
would it
mean,
be?
you gotta
Artisans?
have-
Was this
Why
an
is
artist
this
Glass,
order?
yeah,
screw?
it would be glass blowers.
Okay.
It's rigged for her pleasure.
So 15. Oh no. 21
Whoa.
plus double my proficiency bonus because it's a
6.
tool check.
That's a huge
so
tool.
that is 27.
It's like the most pretty penis you have ever seen. Were you going for realistic or artistic?
I was trying to match the statue. So
You do a great job of it.
all right. Ta-da!
I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive.
Thank you. I learned some things.
You want
And I'm
an
going to
orange?
try to fix my glass penis onto the statue, just like see if it fits.
An orange? You want one?
I mean, like, do you let it go? Do you like,
Well,
put it up to it and then let it
penis
go?
in.
No, I don't drop the penis.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
like put it up there.
Just
I
Make
mean,
that
yeah, it
penis.
kind of fits, but nothing happens.
Hmm. I eat my orange.
Still nothing.
I'll say
No,
that.
like maybe
Do
you
you
gotta
want to
jerk
search
it.
around the kitchen at all
Oh,
for anything?
like smooth it out more.
Again,
sure.
this
Yeah.
is an old adventurer's the place. Like, he has crap hidden everywhere.
Do I have detect magic still up?
How long is it up for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Sure.
Yeah, I'll just open up all the cabinets and stuff.
Okay, cool. You will see.
At that point, when I come back upstairs,
He's just polishing
What?
the shit.
what? You've learned some interesting traits since the last time I've seen you, boy.
You have no idea.
I don't want to know now that you said it.
I'm just being productive.
Alright.
I'm fucking around.
I've made a glass
Eat it,
penis.
orange.
What have you
So-
done?
Carl,
I've
fa-
made progress in the story.
Carl found a penis, guys, in a box.
Does
Oh,
do you know if that's, did he find a penis or did he find the penis?
Well,
Do you
I
know?
don't- I don't know if it was the penis.
I mean, right now I'm calling that the penis.
this is a penis.
That is a penis for sure.
It's a very
With
nice
a light
glass penis.
through the crack in the ceiling.
I mean,
and it lights up the
With like
room.
the dust particles floating, it looks almost
For 20
sparkly and
cents.
magical.
Well, he spun it. He corkscrewed it. We saw him do that. So this might be like a prism. So now there's rainbows all over the
Whoa!
attic from this penis.
magical, really. I mean,
That's what's the
Thank you.
penis.
Well, now I feel a little silly, but I am keeping this.
You shouldn't feel silly. That's a wonderful piece. You made something.
Question.
Not anyone.
Yes,
So like you blew it, right?
of course. I'm a
Glass
blower.
So there's a
Glass
little
blower.
hole.
Yeah. In the front.
If you use tools, you can make a penis whistle. Magic. It's like a conch shell, but a penis.
You know what? I really like that idea, but I think I'm gonna hold on to it to magically imbue with minor magical properties with my magical tincering ability. So
Magic penis.
I might make it like
Use it to
You should
cast
call it Magic
Firebolt.
Mike.
That's a little disrespectful to the dead.
yes.
Eh.
Okay, so I'm looking through
So
the kitchen
you're looking
there.
through, and detect magic is still up. So you're gonna find a amulet. That is magic. You will find rations that are just normal.
Ooh,
You
I do
will.
love how many days worth of rations? do
Oh
I
god.
find?
Don't open this. This is be
10
careful.
days of rations.
Okay. Well, that's enough for me for 10 days.
Yes.
That's how
And
that
then
works.
as you're searching through, you'll also find, you find some, regular stuff like cleaning supplies, all that stuff. You
Are
find.
they organic?
What?
Are they organic cleaning supplies?
No.
Oh, I don't
Sorry.
know then.
There's glue.
I'll
There's
take the glue, though.
de-stick glue to
De-stick
get rid
glue?
of the
Unglue.
to unglue.
All right. I like unglue.
Carl! Carl!
Yeah?
Would you like to see some penis I made? It's out of glass.
Yeah, okay, sure. 1 minute. You want some fruit?
That would be
yeah.
nice.
Okay, I bring you guys up oranges.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
What? You're welcome.
This is the penis I made. The tour said that you found one.
It's dimensions out.
How big was the? It was appropriate to the statue.
Statue's
So however big the
probably
statue
like
was,
this
it is an appropriate size
big
penis.
penis
for that
is
statue.
probably like
like it's pretty good.
it's a decent penis.
Can I see the actual penis? Statue, you
Oh,
silly boy!
wow.
Just slap your head.
Okay. Yeah, it's in the box there. It was down in his office.
That's a weird place to keep the penis.
Well, if it's like a magic key penis, then pretty close.
You take the penis?
No, that's my penis.
Oh,
He was
okay.
comparing the penises.
My craftsmanship was better, or at least I think so.
All right.
So
We should probably see if it works.
All right, I will take the penis and put it up to where the penis goes.
And when you do it, the little crack around it glows and it affixes to itself, and you hear tum, tum, and then the door slides open into a different room.
Boop. I'm gonna try and pop the penis back off.
Goes back.
This is how it works. I'm gonna put it back.
When
Thank
you're
you.
right,
That
you're
much.
right.
No one can take that away from me. All right, new
Yeah.
room.
All
go.
right. So you enter the hidden attic room. In here, there are some more items lying about. There, in the middle, specifically, is a scroll with a seal on it, and the seal is an ornate G. And on the wall directly behind it, there is a framed, port painting. Photos don't exist. Painting of the famous four when they were kids and stuff like that, like all around each other hanging out, and scribbled on it with ink under each of the names it says Mikey, Mouth, Chunk, and Data.
That's cute.
Well, we're in a hidden room above the living room. Looks like there's a map over there. Bet you anything that leads to an ancient tomb.
I bet you negative 50 gold. You said anything.
Hey, how?
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
So if I win, you give me.
No. If you win negative 50 gold. I lose negative 50 gold. So you give me 50 gold. You said anything.
I forgot that you used to do that.
Guidance.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the scroll. And,
Is it magical?
The scroll itself is not.
Is the seal on it magical?
The seal on it is not. There's a faint glow of illusionary magic.
There's a faint glow of illusionary magic there. You might want to be careful.
All right. So
I'm
I
gonna
was
try and
originally-
see through the illusion.
So
with an
originally, I was gonna say, I've seen one too many people trigger way too easy to determine traps in tombs. But these people made an open statement to the entire town to go get this. Why would they trap it if they're gonna just want to kill people in the town? It seems
It could be like not like a deadly type
like
trap.
a funny trap.
Or maybe, or just like a.
Oh, it's gonna be a funny trap. You
Yeah,
should
could-
go open it.
It could ruin the scroll. if
Well,
you're
then
not
that
careful.
that does nothing.
Well, yeah, but
The whole mystique and intrigue you built and set up, you're just gonna ruin it by letting people just be like, "Oh, look, a thing," and then they get it, and then it's all gone forever. That seems dumb.
I'd like to make an Arcana check on the thing to see if it's a magical trap. This faint illusionary glow that I've been told about.
Okay.
I feel like we should just
And then
it goes against everything.
Ooh, guidance.
Just take it.
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
try some of this stuff eventually.
27. I'm rolling like a
It's-
fucking monster today.
It's not. It's not a trap.
It's not.
I told you it
It's
wasn't a trap.
not
It's not
a
a trap.
Maybe a fun
So I'm gonna pop it open.
All right.
Break the seal, as it were.
like your eyebrows are two different colors now.
Ah!
That'd be a funny.
Oh,
My very very poorly drawn map.
that's not very
It-
poorly drawn.
Ah, wait, does this match the eyes that are tattooed on the mummy finger I found?
Good.
There is a map. Und, come.
Ooh.
Und it says, our story, old, will be your guide. Find the ruins where the entrance hides. And this is map of, it says Astoria. And then there is water. And the X, I think that marks the spot. And this, this looks to be some kind of wave sun.
Oh, I was gonna say it kind of looked like a penis.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lighthouse.
It's like a butt.
I
plug
made
with a
it in
sun
like
behind
10
it.
minutes before we left. So
You know, it's to the north, though. You can tell that much. For sure.
I could tell that much.
Our story old will be your guide.
Find the ruins where the entrance hides.
Can you play me the first hint again?
Sure.
Above the living in a hidden room.
Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Lies the
You did this to you. So what else is in this room? This hidden room. Let's search through everything else.
yeah, make investigation check.
Okay, I'm going to take my map,
Okay.
and I'm going to put an X on a different spot
Okay.
on the map, and then I'm going to roll it up there and put it in the same spot.
Yep. So there's a fake map in case other people come here.
Oh, all right.
So the other.
You know, being 2 steps ahead. I'm playing
Fair.
chess.
Fair enough.
And everybody else is
Um.
worse at it.
I'm going to take the wax seal
Uh-huh.
and put it on Carl's new map. Mending.
All right. Cool. So you do that. So you guys want to search the room?
Yeah.
Yes,
Make investigation checks.
27.
24, which is a natural.
7.
Which is awesome.
No,
You're no 5.
Oh wait, I had guidance from before. Let's see how. We do.
So Tua
Smells like cinnamon.
and Carl
Yeah.
Smells like tea.
are real proud of the little trick that
stunt
he,
we're
the little
pulling.
stunt he pulled. So you guys are there kind of bonding over it, and then you see that fucking spider again that got you the last time, and you see it just kind of like sitting on the wall, and you could swear it was staring at you, like planning.
8 eyes, man.
Can
A
you
lot of
talk?
staring.
Can you talk to that thing on the wall there?
Oh, the spider? No.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Well, you know. Oh well.
Could have talked to it. Oh well, now it's dead. 28 with
I
my
can't
guidance,
talk to it.
All right.
which is the highest I could possibly get.
So
With a 20 and a 4.
So the two of you, in this attic, the useful things that you will find are 2 health potions, a stone about that big, kind of flat, that graved into it is a symbol that matches the eye symbol on the back of the map,
Okay.
and there is a hole in the middle of it.
Like the eye as a whole.
Yeah,
Like
like
the
the pupil. Yeah. You will find a bag of holding.
Alright.
You guys can divvy it up.
Mhm.
However, you will also find an old slingshot.
Is it magical?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 10 minutes is fast. So like, if you want to take 10 minutes and do it again, you can. But yeah.
Would you have been casting?
Anyway, so
Right.
there's a slingshot.
But I will too.
There's a nice pair of boots.
Those are some nice boots there. What are they made out of?
Leather.
Ah, good.
I
can wear
And
it.
you're gonna find a slightly ornate black hair comb.
The cow. Can you tell if those are magic? Because if they are magic, I might be able to tell what they are.
Oh, I could in a minute. I actually met a wizard. He taught me how to do a couple things here. So I can learn some spells wizards can do. But it takes a minute.
Okay.
And a figurative minute. It's longer.
Okay.
Oh, should we write a fake clue on the fake map? Like a fake verse?
Yeah.
All right. You guys do that while I find out if this stuff's magic. I sit down.
What do you think the fake clue should be? It should be a rhyme and pretty short.
Well, the other clue.
2 lines,
2 lines.
2 lines.
or 4, depending how you cut it up.
What is in the
4 lines.
There can be because so the town is here. So we want to send some sauce.
I'm not doing this. You guys
Okay.
are doing this.
We want to send some sauce. because we are going
Real
lost.
fast. Who's the best at history? Like, who excelled at history
Me.
in school, in your primary school days
I have an 8.
for the town? Okay, so
Haha, no.
make a history check.
Guidance.
As long as you don't get a natural 1, you should be fine.
19.
Yeah. Okay. So
You have to
you will know that Astoria on that map is not your town.
Oh, this is old Astoria.
This is new Astoria.
So that is
old Astoria.
do
And you will remember that the founders came from a town called Astoria. A while back. That's in like a different area. Like you don't recognize the area that's on the map.
Okay.
It's not on my map of the area.
Make a check. What would that be?
Why don't you
Perception?
just look at this here
Yeah.
map, see if you can line anything up.
All right, I'll break the seal and unroll it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I just like an intelligence check to see if I can match topography?
Yeah.
Can I see the map?
Oof.
Show the internet.
9.
I can.
You'll see that there are you showing it to the
Yeah, the internet. Yeah, they got it.
Yeah, they do.
my childlike painting of a man?
No. That was Mike Wells' child.
That was Mike Wells' painting of a man.
Ah.
Mikey to his friends.
Yes.
So you'll find like a couple of places that it might be,
Okay.
but it's kind of hard to pinpoint. You'll see your town on that map.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for this one.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ah. Ooh,
Yeah.
like that there.
Yeah. Okay. So. They are different places. Oh. Map number deuce. Yeah, so these are different towns. We must find the old
Oh, yeah, I
Astoria.
could just do it like this. This would be way easier.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see. I'm looking at the wrong page. Yeah, that's all.
You did it. You did fine.
I did okay.
So just like the I cast detect magic.
No, that was just plain map.
Oh yeah, but like the slingshot and the boots.
Oh, on those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On everything,
Yeah. The stone is magic.
That stone's magic.
The slingshot is magic.
Oh, the slingshot's magic.
The comb is magic.
That's a magic comb.
The shoes have magic about them, but the shoes themselves are not magic.
I think the shoes were worn by somebody who had magic. Because they did. I think some smell got left. Magic
You'll know the You'll
and
know.
smell are both particulate.
You'll
No,
notice
that
the
is not
magic
accurate.
kind of centers around the slight heel that is on these boots.
I look at the heels closer on the boots.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just let you see it.
Can
You'll
I
see.
take the heel off?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't do that then.
No, you can't. I mean, you can.
Oh, I'm not gonna now.
Well, you'll notice little circular holes on the back of the heel that look like if activated they could like open up. And on the inside of the boot, you'll note on one side that there's like a little switch bit.
Ooh. Here, check these out.
Oh,
Did
alright.
we
So like if you like clicked your heels together. Something like that.
I'm gonna cast Identify as a ritual, which this is me. Like I'm gonna craft a monocle so I can see the magic.
Okay.
So, and then you roll it, and then I'm gonna
I
make
could
it
learn how
flat,
to
and
do
then
that.
tinker a little. Beep, 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 beep.
I
I
bet
can
you
see the magic.
2 hours could figure it
Okay.
out.
Did we determine where I know we determined where that is from Old Astoria. Did we determine if Old Astoria is further is north or south from where we currently are?
We have not.
Our story old will be your guide. So maybe if we, because they were there when they were kids, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But I'm just trying to figure out. We said we were going to send these guys south, and I don't want to come up with a rhyme to send them south if south is where we're actually going to go.
Based solely
I
on
think
the
we should send them
illustrations.
west.
Yeah.
If you look at that one, it looks like it's the I'm slipping in your voice. I don't know
no,
how
you
I
know,
know that.
I was
That's
we're all
young
slipping
for a
in
little
that.
while there.
That looks like it is the axis at the top of the
so we're-
peninsula.
so we're
So I
starting
don't
to
think that we are going. But
You
here
know-
on this, it looks like we are at the top of the peninsula. So I don't know.
Similar. Why don't we send them
England.
inland? You
Inland?
know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
So-
design this whole round around south.
Well, I mean,
Fucking me up.
you can still send some
No,
south.
no.
South is good.
Waste. You gotta send waste.
So yeah, I'm gonna craft a couple monocles
map
and
you read,
identify
buddy.
magic items
Okay.
There's
Just
ocean weast.
while they do that.
Well, the quarry sometimes.
Or you
have
can
these
send them
weird
out into
things.
the ocean, you know? Be like, oh,
Don't be a Dave.
the west.
Go find the wave.
an island bee. Watch out for snakes. They'll kill you.
Mikey was never known for his rhyming capability.
No.
Neither was Carl.
All right. No, the one known as Mouth made all the rhymes.
No, I know.
That makes sense.
All right. So the shoes are boots of slickness.
Slick shoes.
Slick shoes. When you activate the little click, you can do it once a day. Oil of slipperiness shoots out the back.
Cool.
The slingshot is it's a slingshot that crits on a 17, 18, 19, 20. But every time you use it, there's a 50% chance that it's gonna break.
Oh no.
So you
What's
gotta
the damage?
on a sling. Well, I don't know what's the slingshot damage.
It doesn't exist.
Slingshot.
It doesn't exist.
Make it up.
Make it up.
Ooh.
12.
No, not a
2d12.
Plus
Not
six.
a
Six.
I'm gonna say, well, okay. So how did for weapons when it says like the dice plus blank,
Well,
the
it
plus blank is based on the ability that it's based on,
Yeah,
right?
would, yeah, well, it would be a ranged weapon, so
it'd
ranged
be
weapons
dex.
by default are dex.
Right. So it'd be
I mean, comparatively, right?
30.
I was gonna say comparatively, like a longbow is a D8, a short bow is a a hand crossbow is a D6.
I was gonna say like a D6 plus your dex mod.
That's about right. A blowgun is 1.
I was thinking either that or 2d4, but I'm like if it crits, that's 4d4. So like,
Tua, I think this would be good for you.
All right, I'll take it.
That way, just like that increased crit range with sneak attack could be
Huge. Yeah.
But
Um,
it's 50%. It's 50% chance it breaks.
yeah, I could fix
Roll-
it.
Do better.
Oh.
Did they have like
And
any
all of the
iconography or
crafting.
symbols
Oh,
for like
okay.
each of the members, or
Okay.
did they like a logo or anything for the
there's the ornate G. That's the symbol of their gang.
of their gang? I got you. Okay, but not like
Yeah.
specific things for each.
Yeah, they're not
Okay.
individual.
Who would ever use a G for
Also,
their
the
symbol?
comb, you can use it 3 times a day, and when you do it, your charisma modifier gets a +2 for 10 minutes.
nice. Are any of us charismatic?
I'm the worst.
I am one charismatic.
I'm -1.
Oh, you know, I'm one too.
Does anyone have do it? Do you have any proficiency with any charisma stuff? Like, are you good at persuasion, performance, intimidation, anything like that?
No.
Alright,
Not
so
a,
you, Carl.
not a thing.
All right. I feel like you are the mouthpiece of the group. So here you go. Here's Paul. Yeah. I think that was it, right? Oh,
No.
Are
It's the
you
stone.
oh, the stone.
the stone? I'm thinking of how
Flat stone, eye, pupil, or
you get the sense that if you were to look through it, you would be able to find hidden things.
Ooh.
Ah.
I don't know how to be more
stone of
specific
hidden
than
things. You have
It's
the
a
monocle.
seeing stone.
One on each side.
Ah.
If you'd like, I could make you something to affix them. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was like, you know what? They should really just take one monocle and put a second monocle next to it, attach it to your ears. I know those are glasses, but
So
that's a
those are
way better
glasses.
idea. How do we make money in this town?
You know, like
I
when you sell one thing, you can be more specialized, and that increases. I don't know.
You have a
I
big
eat
Cyclops
blueberries.
market.
Oh, all right. The Cyclopes. That's what. I knew
perfect.
that. We all knew that.
Of course, we
No.
do. Here in small town, we do.
That's a multiple Cyclops.
I'm not saying. I'm not doubting. I'm just
Um,
saying. Wow.
You never knew that.
No. Cycle.
Yeah, that's that. Did you show anybody your amulet? Like, do you want? Because that
Oh
was
yeah,
magic.
can you check this out too? You know, this is also magic.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
So I've got. So I guess if we're following along this line, do we know of? Did Mouth have anything specifically associated with him
Did
that
you
I
have
can
a
make?
place?
That nice ass comb.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just confirming. All right, so I'm gonna add on. This is my very short rhyme, right? Because I was trying to think of words that rhyme with south, and the only one that came to mind was mouth.
Ah,
So I'm just gonna write on the bottom on your map with an X, way south. An old adventure from further south continues the story. Learn from Mouth, and I'm gonna draw a little comb.
ooh.
Send him south. Roll it up.
Mending.
Put the seal on it.
All right.
Go there. Take. Oh, I look at the picture with the gang there.
Okay.
I investigate it with the eyeball of seeing.
Doesn't show you anything. Just in
Right.
invisible ink.
You know, I can just.
In invisible ink across the entire picture, you see in like a child's hand, Goonies Forever.
Goonies forever. Fair enough. I take the picture from the frame.
Well, it's a painting.
I take the painting.
Okay.
You like cut
So
it
you,
down
like,
the
cut the
frame?
canvas.
No,
out.
no, I take the whole thing and put it in the back.
How did I
Oh,
just
okay.
Half now.
All right. All right.
Monkey mouth chunk and data.
Chunk should have been the giveaway.
You
my
just
friend.
got it?
The G. Come on, dude. Really?
I thought you guys were gonna get it like
Goonies?
with the Rube
I was
Goldberg,
thinking,
like
Yeah, I know you
contraption
were
outside
thinking.
the house. It's literally the house from
Yeah.
Goonies.
Ah.
I did not.
Or
know
the
that.
Dickless statue.
Yeah.
That was also a big giveaway.
I was just thinking about the dick, you know.
Yeah, I
so
know.
that was-
I know you guys
I
were.
was, yeah, so it's more difficult.
And then so the amulet is it contains one specific spell where if you perform a special ritual, you can find food anywhere within a mile radius. Half-mile radius. A mile's a lot.
Okay. That looks like something that King could use. Or maybe you, Flash. I can find food. For me.
The one thing I cannot make East food
Are you keeping the?
is
you doing the eye?
does this ritual involve showing mine belly?
How
Maybe
fitting.
Strawberry Patch Belly.
Scheiße.
SPB!
Very well.
All right.
We'll
I
take
go
the
downstairs real quick
Yes.
and I look for a book that tells their old story.
amulet. Like a journal?
Like,
Yeah, like a journal or something. Maybe in the desk.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, you can find a book on the shelf that's like the history of the town because that's basically their story.
Ah, very good. And then let's hide the room again and put the penis back.
Yeah.
Not put the penis back.
No, we
Put
want
the
them to
penis
find the fake clue, you know?
Hmm.
That's why we left the fake clue.
All right. So you put.
I am
Ooh.
also gonna leave my glass penis next to the statue as a red herring.
Mm.
Oh, but now you
But
know,
they
it's
could just
stuck
bring it
there.
up and realize it doesn't work and then go get the other penis.
Or they will waste time trying to make this penis work.
Sure.
I forgot he has conversations with himself sometimes.
I've been
Yeah, I
stuck
forgot
to
that
bleep. Bleep's here.
Oh, you're so quiet right now.
All right. On that note, internet, we are going to take a short break. Get some more coffee. We will be back in hopefully 10 to 15 minutes ish. Haha.
That should be accurate. Coffee's already made.
Welcome back, internet. We are here, recaffeinated, ready to go. So our adventurers had gone to the house of Mikewell Walsh, Mikey to his friends. They found some cool magic stuff, and they found their next clue. So, gentlemen, you have 2 maps.
Oh no, we have one map. Because we.
No,
No,
You have
we
two
have
maps.
two. We have 2 maps.
Oh.
You have one of your town currently, and one of
Oh.
the old Astoria.
So
You just have to figure out where they are in relation to each other.
Yeah, do you know where they are in relation to each other?
I look through the book to maybe find out if I can find where they are in relation to each other.
Okay.
We should leave the premises.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should get out of here now.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I agree.
Okay. So whose house are we going to?
Not
my house.
I don't live
I
here
think everybody's.
anymore.
Your parents are around.
Mine are dead, so we can go to my house.
Okay, that is a great place to go. This
Sounds good.
for privacy. And
What's that kid's name? Georgie?
Just Greg,
Greg?
not Georgie.
I'm gonna call him Greggy.
Okay.
Combining
He's the
it
same
with
age
the
as you.
Goonies right now.
Yeah,
like,
there we go.
He's the same age as you.
That's me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call him Greggy anyway. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well, it works with the accent.
See,
When you don't have the accent, it just sounds condescending.
Oh. Greggy.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. We were never here.
Okay.
Well, thanks.
Throws you a wink.
All right.
does anyone need armor? Like, what do you guys got?
I mean, I wear a plate now.
You got your bone plate,
I
right?
got
No,
it.
it's not bone yet. It's just straight up plate right now.
Cool.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say, is there any equipment that people need for
Unless you could do something to
adventuring
make
purposes?
regular plate better.
Give me a minute and I can make it magic for +1 for an hour.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're using it to do that, but
Not
your
yet.
own.
Because up
What do
in
you
the attic, there
Light
would have
armor.
been
What do you have?
what are you able to wear?
Studded leather.
What are
armor.
you able to wear?
Studded leather armor.
Oh,
As
is
a
that it?
rogue. That's
Oh,
what you
use
should
a
do. I
rogue.
like hide armor and
Oh,
a
yeah.
shield.
Was there any studded leather up in the attic?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
Maybe a set of
You've got it.
stuff.
Cool.
Leather.
So I'll just take that
That's studded
and
leather.
12 plus your
Okay.
dice.
I'll fit it for him and make it nice. Cool. So yeah, when we get to Kane's house, I'm gonna take an old set of studded leather that I found in the attic, and I'm gonna spruce it up, make it fit nice.
I sure do appreciate that.
Well, it's just what I do. I want to show off my work. And also your friends of mine. So yeah, I'm gonna spend like an hour or so making it fit him nice and make it pretty.
While you guys doing that, we'll start looking through the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this, yes.
But I'm also gonna minorly enchant it to make a fart noise whenever he scratches his back.
Okay.
Yes! Yes!
Life imitating art.
Imitating
Thank
life.
you.
Imitating life.
Yeah.
Alright, damage. Oh yes,
Alright, cool.
+1.
All right. So in this
Oh, I
book,
totally lost it, though.
Still.
so in the book, in the beginning, there will be the map that was hanging up, of the whole kind of region that will be in the book.
Okay.
There will be a kind of like nicer copies of the old Astoria
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that in there as well, for reference and stuff like that. In the book is basically recounting how the famous four were, friends growing up, and in their youth, their town was there was a, not evil necessarily, but kind of power hungry ruler in the area who was trying to kind of take over the whole region. And so their town was under siege somewhat, but they were a small coastal town. They didn't really have a lot of money to raise an army or shield or anything like that. So there were old legends of One-Eyed Willis
Oh,
Oh.
like it.
What you talking about?
Ooh.
Oh. And his buried treasure. So they, similar to what you guys are going through, found an old map, followed, the trail left behind, and eventually found their way and defeated the nefarious spies of the evil ruler. Not evil, I keep saying evil. Power hungry ruler.
Dickhead.
Yeah, the dickhead. King Dickhead.
He
Canon.
was kind of a dictator.
He didn't like to dick around.
Delightful. Yeah, and because of the vast fortune that they had, they were able to raise enough money to fend off the intruders into their area and kind of build it up a bit. As they got older, they kind of, it was their hometown, but like when you get older, if you're still in your hometown, like people change. There are different families in there now, so it didn't quite feel like home. Their parents died and all that stuff like that. So they decided, this town is good. They're surviving, they're thriving, all that type of stuff. Let's go,
Make a new
town and kind of rescue people who aren't happy under the power hungry dictator.
Oh.
So, they kind of went around and gathered people who would be interested and created a somewhere else. Basically, and created a new settlement further down along the coast.
Ooh, they made a new settlement further on the coast.
Yeah, like further down.
Further south.
Yeah, further south.
So old Astoria is
Is
further north.
So
Yes.
we sent them. Okay.
So you did it perfect.
Yeah, and basically,
Thanks.
goes through like, the founding of the town, how it developed, how monocles became a surprisingly lucrative exploit.
Sure.
Due to exclusive contracts with Cyclopes.
Yes, exactly. I went through their negotiations with the Cyclopes.
Willis.
Yeah.
Cyclopes. Oh my God!
It's all,
Certainly.
all coming together.
Almost like she planned it.
Is it though?
The monocles
Actually,
was
yes.
my idea, so come on now.
No, I know the monocles just happened to play nicely
It's
into it.
almost
But
like
One-Eyed
she
Willis
did.
was
It
always
is
a
almost
Cyclope. Almost.
Alright.
It's almost
Anyway.
like we all put the story together.
So yeah, so since you've been reading and kind of studying and you kind of know where the old Astoria is in relation to New Astoria,
Mhm.
you think that if you take the two maps and look at the bigger one, you might be able to piece it together.
Cool.
Cool.
Let us do that then.
So what would it be intelligence? Is that what we did before for you? To try to figure it out?
Anybody have cartographer's
So-
tools? Cartographer's tools. This guy.
I have cartographer's tools.
Add your proficiency bonus to that.
So
Hey, before you do that, I want to make you a little thing.
I've been seeing you
Smell
do
this. Guidance.
Wow.
Hashtag guidance.
I also cast guidance.
What how much?
So
I
you're
get
gonna add
2.
4.
I get you that one.
My guidance is better for 2.
22.
22?
Nice.
Okay, cool. Good. Where are the maps?
Where are the maps? Where are the maps? Where are the maps?
Easy. Easy.
I should
Just
have
didn't
rolled
want to
these up.
continue this. I was gonna say,
Tedward.
like, it's copy. I mean, it probably is.
Hey, Tedward, do you have tape?
Somewhere.
If they weren't curly, this would be fine, but they're curly, so it's gonna be a pain in the butt.
This is for you, internet.
This is all for you. It's all for you.
Now you
I'm
did it
very
again.
close to this mic. I'm gonna be quiet because otherwise I'm gonna break your ears.
Also
Weren't you going upstairs, Celine?
No,
sat down and this was at my.
electrical tape will work. I just need something sticky.
This was at
That's
my
what she said.
my seat when I got here, and I was like,
The Morge
Ah.
system.
more
The Morge.
Go, go, go.
Oh.
movement, phase, rage.
Wait, what is it?
Go, go, go.
What does it say?
The Morge system. Scar, right eyebrow cleft, chin sharp.
Fight.
Oh.
Coin, purse, dagger, and barrel.
My
Longbow,
hair is
whistle
taped onto
tail.
this map now.
Huron, Allway, Autumn. Liar's Night, Motley, Necropolis. 10 feet by 40.
This year's.
It's almost
I
like
think
they
so.
fit together.
The maps. Oh shit! It's a very good tour. This is nice. So yeah, we go.
job.
We
I
go
did that.
east and
Good job.
then north.
Thank you.
All right, northeast.
Yeah.
We could take boat direct.
At this point, I'm gonna say it's probably like 4 o'clock in the day.
In the
4 or 5
afternoon.
How long of a journey does that look? Can we tell?
It would be about, I would say, roughly a few hours of travel. If you're on foot, if you're going horse, probably. I would say maybe like 3 hours by horse.
Okay.
That's not bad at all.
That's almost about as far as we went as kids when we traveled together.
That is about, yeah.
On foot, it would take a little. It would take like a day.
Um,
It would take most of a day if you're going on foot.
Do we have horses?
I mean, I do.
I know a spell that I could make a horse or two horses, 8 horses, 4 horses probably 4.
Pick a number.
4 or 8, I don't know. I'd have to try it.
I mean, you only need 3.
Yeah, I know, but I can't make just 3.
Oh,
So, would you want to do that, or do you want to, since we are the only ones with the clue, take our time, leave first thing in the morning, and get there tomorrow night?
I mean, I feel like the sooner we do this, the better, just
Yeah.
in general.
Fair. So, shall we?
Get horses?
I think that's a great idea.
Not-
Extra horse, pack
How much
horse.
money do I have?
I don't know. Whatever your starting money is.
So a riding horse is a challenge rating a
Plus-
quarter.
So yeah, I think
I can make 8 horses.
I was
Not
gonna say
today,
because like
though.
what starting
Druid
gold do
starts
people
with a
do?
D4 plus.
Well, you get it from
5.
your background and stuff like that.
Plus
too.
5.
I'm an outlander, so.
Oh, you don't get any.
D4 plus 5, so
I rolled a
9. So
9.
I'll say you have
8.
49 gold.
Oh.
Yes.
You think this is enough to buy a horse?
You live in the forest.
It's true. I don't really have too much.
Your currency is nuts and berries.
Okay. Well, tomorrow I can make some magic horses.
You would have more. How much gold do you have?
You tell me, DM.
Ah.
I mean, I currently have 25 from my background alone.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like what type of stuff do you get from your background, and then I'll add what I
Usually,
think
like,
will
somewhere-
off
Usually
that.
5 to
Yeah.
25.
I think Clan Crafter gives me 10.
Okay, and then I mean, did you sell wares and work and all that type of stuff while you
Oh
were out and
no,
about?
I'm an inheritor.
Oh.
Making a little bit more.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
I
even
mean-
if I summon horses, it only lasts.
Yeah. I mean, I was working for a prominent
You could be
crafting
a
family
horse.
for a couple of years.
Okay.
I'm not letting you guys ride me,
I mean, I'm not asking. I'm just
It's
saying.
true. I don't know.
150.
You could be a horse for 2 hours. Maybe 3.
Carl.
Grogu.
Were we trying to buy a horse or something like that? Or maybe is it just, can you rent horses? Is anyone, do you know any town?
You
Tour, you've spent the most time in the
You-
town, right?
you would know
That's
for a,
right.
you would know for a fact that in town there is a place called Rent a Horse.
There's rent-a-horses, of course.
Oh, are their prices reasonable? And their stock healthy?
Stock is reasonably healthy. The quality of the horse is correlated to the price. So the better, stronger horses are going to be more expensive.
I don't know.
They
If
got
you're
a-
okay with like a mule,
They got a wide
Maybe less.
variety from asses to skags to very nice riding horses. It's all about your
'Cause even-
pocket.
un alpaca.
Ein alpaca?
Fine, whatever. Oh, Jeremy.
Un is French.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's also Spanish.
Is it?
Uno.
Eh.
No, you could say un for A.
Oh, for A, but I was.
That's
A,
1.
A alpaca.
Ein.
That works out.
Oh,
Anyway.
look, there's A alpaca.
All right.
And you know,
Yeah, let's go to the rent a horse and get the horse rentals.
Right.
And then
tomorrow. Or now?
Find out now.
Be
How
there.
much is it usually to like buy a horse in D&D?
I just looked it up. It's 75 gold to buy a riding horse.
To buy a riding horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also when we leave, we should leave in a different direction than we're supposed to go, and then we
You don't.
kind of arc around.
Just start south.
I mean, if we leave now, we could be there at 7 o'clock.
I know, but if we take like half hour, go south, and then cut east,
Not even just to leave the town.
we gotta get out of sight.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
All right. We could do that.
Don't you have some sort? Don't
Let's-
you have some sort of spell that can help us?
Not really good at stealthing on horseback.
Yes, but I can make the horses not leave any hoofprints.
That's
Oh,
not a trace.
Pass without a trace, yeah. Well, only till you leave the area of the spell, and I don't think pass without a trace stays with you. I'm not sure how that works. I forget.
Under
I
the
think
effect
you
of
can
it.
cast it on like a whole party.
Yeah, I think it was like.
Well, I know it's an area when you cast it, but I don't know if it travels with you.
Hmm.
And maybe it does. I think it actually it might.
It must.
It might.
No, when you cast a spell, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 to
Stealth. and-
dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Concentration up to an hour.
I guess that works. then. Sweet.
Alright, so you guys had to rent a horse. And it's run by a couple. Human, bigger girl, not bigger girl, but stronger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Working with animals, all that type of
She
stuff.
looks like
and
a
a guy,
horse girl, you know?
the type.
She looks like a human girl.
She looks like a
And
horse girl, you know?
there's the big stables in the back and a little bit of a kind of a desk, storefront kind of place there.
Does anything look run down or shitty or in need of repair that I could possibly fix?
Sure, there's one broken stable pen that could probably use. 2 horses are now crammed into one. So you could probably fix that.
Okay, cool. Then I will go up and.
It's a little worn down, but nothing.
Guten Tag.
Well, yes. How can I help you?
We were looking to rent 3 horses, please. 3.
3.
Yeah.
3. Sorry.
Yeah.
How much are you looking to spend on a horse?
Well, the one thing I did notice that your stable is in need of a little bit of repair.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
could
you
take.
got a new horse in there. He's really wild. Start kicking all over the place, bucking.
I could repair it for you for maybe some kind of quid pro quo or a discount or something like that.
Yeah, we could work something out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We would only need the horses for, let's say, 3 days max. That's
Alright.
this many.
Yes. What quality of horse are you looking for? A horse that can take you a long distance? Are you planning on
Yeah.
riding them hard?
What?
Is it a short thing?
Yeah, let's say we want long distance horses.
Long distance horses.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Strong, with good, what do they call the muscles, the butt muscles? We want strong ones of those.
All right, but let me go see what we have in
Yes.
in the stables.
Mine doesn't have any butt muscles.
Doesn't need 'em.
So she goes to the back.
Does your skeleton horse have a name?
Wait, I think did I not tell you guys that? In game?
I don't know if it was in game
Art-
or out of game.
Well, we'll say I did. It's
X.
Artex.
Ah,
All right, and she'll come.
it's a good name.
Yeah.
She'll come back.
Almost didn't make it out of the. Didn't make it out of the swamp.
Yeah,
but it was
I was
alive.
thinking.
How much was it to buy a horse again? 75?
75 to buy
75.
it. Yeah.
All right. So she'll come back with 3 horses. One is that really nice, kind of chestnut color, where it has a little bit of the black mane, the black tail, all that type of stuff. There's a nice white one that's gonna come up, and one that's a dappled gray. So she'll bring them out, and she'll be like, for these 3, let's see if you do that. I could give you them for 40 each.
40 each. Okay.
We usually rent them out for 50 to 60 each, these ones, but if you were renting our stables,
Yeah.
sprucing it up.
They're good.
Got it.
Thank you. I'm gonna start combing my hair.
With a comb.
Alright.
Now listen. It's come to my understanding you said 40 gold.
Yes, that's right.
I just.
That's already at a fair discounted price, sir.
No, I just have to respectfully disagree.
Here he goes.
Rolling.
Good old Pat McGowan rolling without actually
Without
being
permission.
prompted. It just starts rolling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. I was gonna hopefully roll.
Well, what is your
persuasion.
disagreement? Tell me what you
price.
say first.
The price I think is too high. I'm gonna be combing my hair with
Would you say the
I'll
rent
say
is too high, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I say it's very too high. Through the roof, even. So
what would be a fair price for you?
I was hoping to do that after I rolled.
Oh no, sir! You gotta make a deal first, and then see if you persuade me to do it.
All right.
Good old Pat.
25.
3.
You have to.
What
You
for,
have
Pat?
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Like, say what you're gonna
3.
say to
I
persuade
thought
me,
you
and then
said-
see if it works.
All right. I'm thinking 25 gold.
20.
per
I
horse
try to
for
persuade
3
that
days.
guy.
25 gold per horse for 3 days.
That's correct.
I've got some skill in handling
what'd you
animals.
I got a 14 plus 4
Plus 4,
plus another 4.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So 22.
Yeah.
That's some decent math there. I've got a little bit of skill handling animals, and if it comes down to it, I can, I've got some magical healing abilities, and I keep them well fed the whole time. I got no problem foraging. I know the area pretty well.
If you're so good with animals, you should probably see if you can help them out with that crazy wild horse they have. Maybe that would do them a favor, because it broke the stables in the first place.
Oh, he's fixing the stable.
Yeah, but if you fix the horse from causing that in the future, his work won't go to
Man
waste.
speaks a lot of sense.
I could also try and do that.
Okay.
Go.
I mean, he said that he could do it.
talk
so-
to him,
You can talk to horses? Oh,
Wow.
you're that Carl of the Forest, ain't you?
That's me,
I know a couple of your sisters, sweet gals.
Thanks.
Most of them, yep.
All right. You fix the stables.
Yeah.
You help calm the horse down.
Mhm.
I'll give them to you for 30.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Deal is made.
All right. I go fix the stable with some combination of mending, leatherworking tools, and smith's tools, and tinker's tools.
Sure. You do
I
it.
do a thing.
You do it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit nicer than the rest of the stables.
Oh, what's the horse's name?
The horse's name, Brutus.
Brutus.
Hope I help you, by the way.
All right.
That Brutus.
That would go.
Smell this. Smells like lilac. Guys.
Hashtag.
Guys. So you're decent with animals to do, eh? All right, let's go, Mom.
And
You
she'll
got
help you.
+5.
You're doing that. She'll ask you if you can help her outfit the horses, like put the saddles and stuff on. You have a horse, so
pretty
clearly you know
wise.
what you're doing. I know his bone, but
I mean, I can.
principles are kind of the same, right?
I mean, let's find out.
All right, you're with me, Sugar Cube.
Let's go. Listen. I mean, we'll find out.
She'll
I'm
talk-
excited. Let's do it.
She'll talk you through it.
All right.
I'm gonna go attempt to persuade Brutus to stop being a jerk.
Okay. Are you talking to him? Like talking to him?
Oh no, I don't have speak with animals. Right?
Oh.
So I'm just gonna try and talk to him.
All right, I like it.
He didn't say that animals could talk to him. He said
Okay.
he could talk to animals.
So
I could talk to Buddy.
I feel like this would be more of an animal handling than a persuasion because he can't
Yeah.
understand.
Well, that's what I was gonna try. I wanted to do anyway.
Oh, okay. I thought you, because you said you were gonna try to persuade. So I thought you were yeah.
I was just trying to sweet talk the lady
Oh.
at the
Okay.
counter
Oh,
for
gotcha.
a better price.
Ah,
Listen,
gotcha.
horsey worsey. You need to calm down.
Some places, you know what this is? This is glue. And if you don't calm down a bit.
Are you actually gonna say that to the horse?
Hashtag druid.
I'd be like, roll to intimidate the horse.
I can't speak with animals right now. I
I
can only
know, but
speak
it's
at
still-
animals. But
Speak
yeah,
at
I'm gonna try and calm them.
All right.
All right. Are you gonna help me?
Yeah, I am.
All right. You guided me. I guided me. I got 4 for both guidances.
Oh,
Can
you're
you
so
guidance
excited.
a stack?
No.
No,
Kind of-
but you take the better of them.
Ah.
So 14 plus 8, right there, that's 22. Plus 4 is 26. So I'm gonna walk up to Brutus. I'm gonna be like, hey,
He's
miss.
gonna
Oh, yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna sit down next to him.
give you an eye like.
Yeah, you can do that. All right. And then I'm just gonna take out my magic out of my pocket there. And I'm
Good
gonna
place to keep
remove
magic.
and craft some flowers that I think he might like to eat. And then I'm just gonna sit real still, holding out a flower he might want.
Slowly kind of like inch his way.
Like a sea barnacle that he might like to eat. Horses like them. You wouldn't know. Yours is
I'm not there.
So he starts eating the flowers.
The horses
Walk
that love
over,
sea
kind of
barnacles.
circle you a little bit.
But I'm not going to question.
Ruffle your hair a bit with his muzzle.
So I'll start petting him a little bit, and then I'll make more flowers, and then I'll make a little necklace for him out of the flowers he likes.
He'll eat. He'll lay down.
So it's the horse equivalent of a candy necklace.
Yeah.
He can't, except his mouth is
Except
so
he-
long.
But he can just smell them, so he can't eat them.
Oh,
The horse
That's better.
necklace infuriates the horse because he wants to eat them.
Yeah. So
And
I'll
he
give him a
can't, so he's
couple
like,
more, and then I'll just sit with him and pet him until the lady comes, and I can show how great I am at calming down horses.
Yeah.
See,
And she's
I
gonna be
have
like,
a lot of-
I've never seen him be that. Oh, I've never seen him be that docile with anyone.
Well, you need to give him some posies.
Oh, posy.
Yeah, you can tell just in his eyes.
Oh,
He
he's
likes
got
them.
the posy eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right.
Posy
Well, I'll make
eyes.
sure we put posies on our list of food to buy
Yeah.
for the horses.
Oh, I don't know about the other ones. Just this guy.
No,
over
just
there.
for him.
Yeah.
The other ones eat oats and carrots and sugar.
Oh, I
and all the
wouldn't.
rest of the
You
stuff.
can't just feed him posies.
Oh no,
Of
of course.
not. All right. Well, I guess my work here is done.
All right.
All right.
Hopefully it sticks.
Yep. I leave.
All right.
Cool.
I take the gray mettled horse, and I give you 30 gold.
Cool. All right. Money.
From all of you. So
Do you have the gold for us, lady? Or do you not have
Don't look
it?
at
what
me,
have,
man.
what have you been doing
what
with
do-
your life again?
What do you, I've been working in the militia.
Okay, so I'll say you'll
The
have.
volunteer militia.
All right, so over the years, I'd say you saved up
That's not plus road.
75 gold
that is
in
plus
savings.
Oh, that is. All right.
So, but minus 30 from that for the horse.
All right.
All right. Shall we obey?
Yes.
All right.
To the south and then to the north.
Yeah.
Well, to the south, to the east, to the north.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
So once we go for about half an hour south, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Before I do that though, can you guys just like take? It's not dark yet, right?
No, it's starting to get like the sun is starting to go down, so things are starting to get like that orange tone kind of stuff.
Ooh, nice.
But no, you can. It's still pretty late.
Okay, let's see if there's anybody following us there. Let's everybody take a look around, maybe.
Yeah.
See if there's anybody following us.
Take a look around.
Guidance.
Thank you.
Natural one with dub ones.
Ooh, 19.
So that is a 7.
Jake, how much for the guidance?
2.
Ooh, can Bleep also look around?
I got 18.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I have all these other people with me.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got,
Nice.
RTX? Nope.
Bleep
Mr.
got
Bones. What do we got? No, alright, so my 16 still.
Is it a talking horse?
No, it's a horse,
Well,
man.
I have an owl.
Skeleton horse,
He just
I don't
hangs
know.
out. He wasn't in town. He was hanging out outside. He's
Okay.
my familiar, So he's gonna look too.
We
So
all
what
have,
are all the numbers?
16 is the highest for me.
19's my highest.
12 is my highest.
18.
Okay. You just think it's a nice day.
It is a very nice day, huh?
You're enjoying your ride.
The sun
The
is-
birds are singing. The sun is shining.
It has been many days since I ride on a horse.
The rest of you, who had the highest? 19? Okay. So you will have noticed at the stables the jerk faces from the square were hanging out at the tavern that was a little bit not right next door, but like a little bit off, and you'll notice when you were leaving that the little squirmy one was kind of watching you and followed you a little bit out of town, and then he was clearly outpaced, so he stopped and then went back. So he saw you guys going south.
Good. That's what we wanted. I'll relay this to these guys.
Great. That's just what we wanted. This is working out perfect.
You know, I missed your upbeat attitude.
It's easy to miss. I'm pretty great.
Oh no, I was wrong. He had a 16. Bleep. 17.
So east?
Yeah.
Or are we gonna go south further before we go east?
You know, I saw him following us a ways, but I mean, we could go.
I mean, if we go east, he wouldn't know anyway if he can't see us because there's no tracks.
So as far south as we want to lead the tracks, maybe is there like a convenient spot to pass without trace? Is there like a small stream we pass through? Is there a bridge anywhere? Is there a section of very dry road that doesn't... It's not going to leave a lot of tracks, or maybe something like a little rocky area? Is there a spot where there's a guy who's just meticulously...
Well, I mean,
cleaning
were
the
you guys riding on a road, or were you just heading out?
Well,
There's a road. Yeah, there's a road that goes down this way.
That's what we do.
That
We
can
take-
kind
we
of go
take the
around.
road.
It also forks, so there's one that hugs around.
No,
Yeah,
we
there's
take
one
the-
goes here
the
and it
south
forks,
road
but
through.
it'll fork up this way. So there's like surrounding forests and such.
Okay.
So if you're taking the south road where it splits, you'd have to kind of cut through. There's like a forest path where it's not like an actual pathway, but like you can tell it's kind of been worn a little bit. Like people have cut through here before.
Right, sure.
On that cut through path, you'll see there will be like a little stream through the forest and like a little like when you go on hiking trails and there are like those little like wooden makeshift bridges and stuff like that. They'll be like, you don't know if it's gonna be able to hold the weight of a horse, but you could easily jump this with a horse.
All right.
It's like a little stream.
Cool. So we'll get right there, and I will cast Pass Without a Trace. And we'll
Okey-doke.
start heading northeast instead.
Don't forget to bleep
I won't.
it. Whole thing.
All right.
Great.
So
You know, it's hard to see what you can't see, and that's how I cast the spell.
All right.
Well put.
So you ride along for a while going through the forest. Nothing crazy happens. It's not a very dangerous area necessarily. There are a decent amount of settlements that are pretty close together, so there's not a lot of like wild danger unless you go a little bit further into the forests.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the area like there's not a lot of like banditry or anything like that. It's a fairly wholesome area. You're kind of far away from big major cities, so there's not a lot of overspill of crime from there.
No.
It's kind of the area where like it's kind of the
small town.
exactly. So there, it's like, a lot of people kind of like know each other. You do a lot of trading with various towns around. So like, it's a pretty easy trek. You'll ride through. Yeah, I'd say you'd be fine until you finally start coming to a town that is somewhat different as you approach. Where on this kind of map it says Astoria, you'll notice that it's not exactly the same. So you think that this map is kind of dated.
Okay.
So the area is a little different than what it is on your map.
Aha.
So the town is a little more it's a little bit bigger than what it was. So like here where it kind of stays down here, the buildings and stuff like that, this is kind of like a mini city, but not like anything crazy.
Right.
Comes a little bit further up this way. The house is a little more densely packed. It's a little busier.
Okay.
Yeah, so like there you see like
just throw that one
stuff kind of going up the coast and stuff like that. So where on this one, this is kind of like isolated,
Right.
away from other stuff. It's now that spot is now kind of part of
Oh, okay.
this. So like take this and just kind of like slide it up a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So we get into this large town.
Yes.
It's more than a hamlet. It's a town. It's like a...
It's like I'm trying to think. It's
like a thorp.
A thorp?
A thorp.
What's a thorp?
That is a canonical Faerunian term for something that is slightly larger than like a village, but not quite a city. Look it up. Ed Greenwood's brain. Look it up. I'm telling you, it's called a thorp.
Cool. Then this is the thorp.
I know you believe me.
This
but
is the thorp of old Astoria.
All right. And it's kind of like nighttime-ish.
Yeah, the sun is kind of going down. You see it. Where is? Let me see.
Actually, it's not an Ed Greenwood. It is just a term.
It's just a word that
Is
people
this
don't
a
use,
term?
like nibbling.
A village or hamlet is
So
the
it's
official name
nice.
for a thorp.
As you guys are coming in, the sun is setting down over the ocean. It's a very nice view. If you're riding along the cliffside, which you would be, that's where the main road kind of takes you into the town. So you can either keep hugging the coast and kind of go around the outskirts of the town, and stay near the water, like where like the docks and all that type of stuff. That's down below, like in this area. As you go further up, these are more cliff-like.
Okay.
Off in the distance on here, this poorly painted lighthouse and a
Butt plug of light.
butt plug of light. You'll now see that
Oh, that's dark.
it's still a lighthouse and it's glowing, but it looks like someone like built, kind of like in Hook, the Lost Boys, where they have like these houses and like rope bridges and stuff like that going along. So that's kind of there, and there are rope bridges connecting it to like the different rocks across to the mainland and stuff like that. So it looks like someone kind of like build their own home at the lighthouse. So whoever took over the lighthouse like spiffed it up.
Nice.
So yeah. So that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's dark now.
Oh god. Only look up Thorpe on the regular dictionary. Do not look it up on Urban Dictionary.
Well,
Cool.
Oh no.
now we have to.
So I'll give you three. Top three.
Top 3 Thorpes.
I hit someone in a way so hard that it causes seizures.
Oh.
Dude, I thorped him so hard yesterday when we got into that, he fell down and started having convulsions.
Well, that's a very
An obscure prison practice in which an incision is made in the armpit of the passive party, after which the penis of the active party is repeatedly inserted for sexual pleasure.
I feel like there's better ways to do that.
A smart slut. Someone who has their shit together but likes to get around. Your boyfriend is a Thorpe, McLovin.
That example really cleared it up for me.
All
Really
right.
hit
It
home.
gets worse. We're stopping at the top 3.
Good.
They do.
I don't need any more.
Anyway.
Wow.
Did
Anyway.
you look good?
No.
Okay.
My armpit hurts.
So yeah, so you're here and you're looking for your next location based on the clue.
So shall we? I think your eye will probably help.
No, he's got the eye.
Oh,
Side.
whoever has the eye.
What was the
We got the +1 perception.
that's right.
Story old, be old guide.
Finds the ruins where the entrance hides. And since the eye reveals hidden things.
Also, the X is like not the town. That's like a specific place.
It's the X marks the spot on the treasure map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Cool.
You guys aren't like, we're at the town, now what? Like, I'm just making
Well, we
sure.
go to the X then.
We-
We look for the X, clearly.
Stop for dinner, you know.
Sure.
That is it is a good idea. I do like dinner.
I get clam chowder. You know, you're not. In,
All right, so you're just going to like one of the local cafes that
Yeah.
are around,
well,
that
you
are
know,
close
it's a
by.
fishing
That's true,
community.
it is.
They're gonna have some chowder, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look,
Get
you
some
guys,
chowder.
you can't be out there looking for stuff on an empty stomach. That's important.
Sure.
Carl.
Alright.
You were the one who always took care of us.
All right, now we head north.
You get chowder. It's not great.
You know,
It's a little fishy.
It's
a little
perfectly
like
edible.
it won't make you terribly sick, but it definitely doesn't make you feel good. Like it's like that feeling in your stomach, like after you eat like McDonald's or something like that. It's
Yeah.
just kind of like.
you know,
I'm
I
not
think this
right.
might have been yesterday's chowder.
I think you might be right. My tummy is unhappy.
Oh man, my mom would have went and talked to the manager.
I don't think we have time for that.
Oh no, I wouldn't, but she would have.
Okay.
Flashback to Carl's past of his mom Just yelling.
I want to see the manager.
Is your mom's name Karen?
Has to be now.
It has to be now.
Yeah.
Karen of the forest.
All right. So shall we onward?
Excuse me, Mr. Bird. I did not say you could poop here.
Mm-hmm.
Where is your mother?
Anyway,
Anyway.
sometimes it's good to just live with trees. I guess we probably should head north in the old town there.
Let us try and find where the X is. Maybe it's conveniently located on the floor.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
All right.
Maybe there's two trees. And when there's a light from the sun, it makes a shadow, and that makes an X in the ground.
Who knows?
Ooh.
There's only one way to find out.
Yep.
So we go to the X. Tor leads the way. You are the map man.
Oh.
All right. Y'all want to help me out with that?
I mean, no one told you to roll anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot
You
about
can
this.
just
Good
walk.
old
You
Pat.
can just
Look,
walk.
we
north.
have a map. We just gotta go north.
You can just walk
Look at
north.
All right. Is that way.
Yeah.
So you walk through. You see various shops. Like there are like typical touristy shops near the ocean. Like with like those like net with like the glass balls in them and like different like signs that be like live your truth. Just a little like ocean's all you need or whatever, like all the typical beachy stuff.
Yep.
A couple restaurants, fish market, all that type of stuff. You're not really near any residential area. That's kind of further inland.
Wave goodbye to your problem.
Yeah, exactly. Beach, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Life's a garden, dig it. I don't know if that counts, but
yeah, it's not ocean based.
it's still true.
Just wave hello.
Life's a beach. I'm just playing in the sand.
There you go.
Wheezy, I think.
All that type of stuff. And you work your way up. It's a little bit of a hike because it's uphill. So by the time you get up to the top, you're a little sweaty, a little misty, a little like, whew. All right.
I druid crafts a little breeze for
nice.
me.
Just a personal like.
Oh, can we ride our horses here? Or
Oh,
no?
yeah.
All right, then I don't do that.
You can ride your horse. I mean, it's gonna take longer because it's crowded,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, but we.
But you can ride your horses.
Stable,
yeah, you can ride your horses. All right, and eventually, as you come towards the top of the pinnacle, you see a very large, brightly lit building, and there's a big sign with like a little bit of magic that makes the sign glow out into the night. It says Fratelli's Restaurant and Inn, and there's a big, like splashed red X on it that says X marks the spot. Like that's their catchphrase.
Is this it?
I mean,
And it's kind of loud. There's ruckus. There's music. There's live band there playing
it seems like it is.
and hanging out.
I feel like it's too on the nose to not be.
I'm sure.
How are you going to be okay with all these people?
Sure. What? Just because I'm out in the desert there? I don't like people.
You have said at least twice today, I don't like all these people.
Yeah, I don't like all these people.
Yeah, so I'm checking in on your...
I'm not. What am I gonna do? We gotta go in.
All right,
I'm
then
not like people phobic.
let's go in.
All right. This is a restaurant inn.
Okay.
So it's super busy and lively down at the top. There are rooms up top. So it's like multiple storied. Outside, you can either drop your horses off at the horse valet, who will take them to a little stable area, or there's like a bike rack where you like put in, but it's like a horse line where you can go up and tie your horse to it.
That.
So you can do that. I mean, there's always the chance that someone might come and take it, but again, this is a relatively friendly area, so like you should be okay. And there's enough people around to kind of keep an eye on things.
Yeah. I will tie up my horse, and that is it.
I will tell my owl to stay with the horses and telepathically tell me if anybody tries to steal them.
All right. Cool. You guys go in.
I put our text Mr. Bones in the bag of holding.
You can put the horse in the bag of holding?
Why not? It's like opens it 2 foot wide, I think, something like that.
Just start taking his bones apart.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Put them in piece by piece.
Yeah.
I
Portable
will head in.
Necromancy has its
bar.
values.
All right. So you go in?
Head in the bar.
All right, it's busy. There are a couple of serving wenches going around bringing food and drink to people. There's a little stage off on one side with a live band playing.
What kind of music?
Like folk rock.
Okay.
Like nice ambience kind of music, kind of bar music.
They're not going too hard.
But they're not going too hard yet. Like the shows, it's not late enough.
Right, okay.
People are still here for dinner. They still want to enjoy
Yeah.
themselves. So, you know,
Just
it's
set the
loud, it's
scene.
fun, but there's an atmosphere, but it's nothing crazy.
Nice.
Like, you can still hear each other, like, talk if you, like, raise your voice a little bit.
I wonder if they're a straight edge band.
Guidance.
And then there's a big bar at the back with people hustling and bustling around, dropping off drinks and stuff like that. So what would you like to do?
What do you think, boys?
Do we see anything that might be... So, the place is called what?
Fratellis.
Fratellis.
I think if this entrance is anywhere, it's probably hidden in the basement because it is ancient tombsy.
Well, I would say you're probably right, but you might as well look around with it here.
Yeah.
Because tombs can be tricky. Could be just like under the bar or the bar itself.
Mm-hmm.
You should use the eye.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you have.
Sorry,
it.
I'm just, a little distracted with all these people. Don't like them.
Carl, I'm gonna need you to focus up.
All right. I take out the eye.
Okay.
I go back outside and look at the big X.
It's a big X.
With the eye?
With the eye, it's
Wow.
still a big X.
I thought that might work. Didn't.
Well, it was worth a try.
Okay, so I go back inside.
I know you just wanted to go outside to get it out of all the people, but we need you to focus up right now.
I feel a lot of pressure.
There's no pressure.
Okay, now I'm sweating a little.
Okay. Are you guys just standing in there? Or are you sitting down?
I feel fine now. Let's party.
What are you guys doing? Are you guys just standing like awkwardly around like?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So one of the witches is gonna come to you. Could I help you? Do you guys need somewhere to sit down? Are you eating here? Are you just gonna hang out at the bar? You guys are just kind of standing awkwardly in the middle of the room. So I figured I'd come and see if
I'll
anybody
have
needs
an ale.
anything.
Yeah.
Ale for you.
Why don't we go to the bar?
All right, we'll go to the.
We will go to the bar. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All
Look
right.
at her. Is she
let's-
the tomb?
No.
Okay.
May I ask, how long has this place been here?
Oh well, it started way back when. It was like this old, run-down, beat-down place.
Yeah.
A couple of criminals held up here for a while. Yeah, I know, right? Exciting history. This is actually, supposedly, the spot where the famous four.
Oh, we've
You guys
heard
know
of
the
the
famous
famous
four, right?
four, yeah.
This was supposedly his. There's no real evidence about it, but this is supposedly where they came and started their whole adventure.
9.
Yeah. So
That is bananas.
yeah.
I think they
So.
were older than 9. You know?
9
But then
means
again, yeah. But then, after all that excitement happened and they caught the criminals who were here, and it was so run down and dusty that it kind of got knocked down. A while later, another guy came here and bought it out and kind of built it up into this place and kind of took the whole old legend. That's why it's called Fratellis. Those were the criminals' names.
Yeah.
So he kind of took it over and kind of marketed on that, old story. So,
Now, is it
Maybe.
true that the Fratellis had a very overbearing mother?
that is the story. I mean, I don't know. I didn't mean it was over 100 years ago. I don't know.
Cool. Thank you for the history lesson. This is very
You're
informative. Cool.
You'll see behind the bar there are 3 portraits, one of the mother and the 2 sons of the
Gross.
criminals. Like they're really playing on that.
Do I see anything with the eye?
Notice the third son is not represented. It's one with severe face.
Do we know about the one with the third son? The one with the weird face?
I mean, we are friendly with the famous four, so they might have told us this story.
That's true. We might.
Yeah. I don't know if you would know that he was related,
We wouldn't know about Sloth.
but you might know about him.
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean?
Is there, like a basement? Are there stairs downstairs?
You asked.
I mean, we
her?
have
No,
our...
not her. I'm
we-
looking
Oh.
with my eyeballs.
Yeah, you'll notice behind the bar there's a flat, like a kind of a not trap door, but like trap door that opens up and goes downstairs to like their cellars with the extra bottles of like alcohol and all that type of stuff. And there's a door that goes to the back of the kitchens.
Can you pull up the trinket table? Because Carl finds a trinket and he rolled a 55.
Oh,
56.
56? I was, yeah.
All right, boys. Here's the plan. We apply for jobs. We work diligently for 3 or 4 weeks. And then, when they trust us, we go into the basement and check. Or we just wait until tonight and then do it anyway.
Okay, so 56. So you find a silvery crown decorated with ornate costume gemstones. A small compartment is hidden behind the central gemstone with a clipping of blonde hair inside. The compartment is large enough to fit a quarter-sized object.
Carl, king of the forest.
You know, people just leave the strangest thing. I don't think this is junk. You know, somebody just left it here under the table and like.
Well, I think it's yours now.
I think that's your hat now. And that's your new lock of blonde hair.
Everybody bow to the king.
Everybody's gonna look at you and be like,
There's a
you'll get
job.
like a couple people who are a little tipsy, be like, ah, and they bow and stuff like that. But most people are just like, or didn't
Okay.
hear you.
You know, I got a new different plan. So they keep the other bottles right down in the basement there.
I think I see where you're going.
So what we do, you know, is we buy one type of liquor a lot until they run out of it up here. Gotta go down. I'll just become like, oh, you know, a little squeaky mouse type and see if I can find it. And then I'll hide down there till the end of the night. And then I can open up when they close. And you guys can come in.
Do we know when they close?
No.
Do we have any? Is there any signage?
How about you
It's
just
usually
do that
till
now?
the crowd fades out or the band starts
Oh, you
to
know,
suck.
yeah, but they have to open the trap door for me to be able to get in there as a thing.
As you guys are discussing all this, you'll see kind of like a snivelly, like 16-year-old boy who's like kind of skinny with bright red hair, acne, freckles, just kind of like meh, and like cleaning up. And you'll notice like all the bartenders kind of being mean to him and all that type of stuff. So he's cleaning up dishes and all that type of stuff, going around to tables and taking things. And you'll hear one of the big guys from the back being like, "Hey, Copper Pot! Don't forget to take the trash out, you loser!" And he's like, "Man, stupid. Dad disappears. Now I have to be here. Now I'm owned by them." Goes around, picks up the garbage, and goes outside. Starts taking it outside. And it's definitely way too heavy for him. Like, he's super scrawny. And he's just like,
Neat. Push him. Grab him.
I'm gonna telepathically in his
Is it
head.
guidance?
Guy, yeah.
For that guy.
Guidance him, king of the forest.
You know,
just
I'm
gonna
gonna
walk
take
over
the
to the
crown
kid.
off.
Yeah, I was just gonna walk over to the kid and be like, "Hey, man, that looks really heavy. You need some help with that?"
Guidance.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind.
I'm gonna use my 20 strength and just grab the garbage.
You're so strong. I wish
I
I
really
was that
am.
strong. I know stupid
Yes.
guys wouldn't be able to push me around.
Oh, that sounds rough, buddy.
All right. You could just follow me, I guess.
takes you outside.
Carry the garbage.
Kane is doing good work. So what should we drink?
So,
I'm
yeah,
not
they
drinking.
seem like real jerks. That's rough. I have a friend. He was made fun of for this rash on his stomach when we were kids. It's still following. I know, it's hilarious.
It's not that funny.
What's that?
Well, I may be a loser, but at least I don't have a rashy belly.
Yeah, they called him
So sad. Did you
Very
study silver
patch-
emotion?
Oh man.
That's funny.
I get that.
He-
That makes sense.
That's the accent. Just
Yeah.
About the food.
But what I'm trying to say is that he's way older now and way more capable, and they still make fun of him. So jerks are always gonna be jerks. You just gotta figure out how to get around that.
Well, once I turn 18, I can leave this stupid place. My indenturedness will be done.
Wow, that also sounds rough.
Mm-hmm. My dad got hired by these stupid adventurers to explore some kind of a tunnel. And then he never came back. I think it was all made up, and he just left me here.
That sounds very interesting. tell me more about this tunnel and your father and these adventurers.
Well, you know the old story about the famous four, and found them there, and supposedly it was this place.
Yep.
I mean, legend has it that this is the spot that they came to with the Fratellis, and the guy who made this place built it on top of the ruins of the old place. But yeah, it's just basically that. And I'm stuck here because my dad had to go off, supposedly.
So
He was this horrible drunk, so, like, it wouldn't surprise me if he just left.
So I have it on pretty good authority that some of that tale is true. I think that it all stems from somewhere in the basement. I kind of have an eye for these things.
I mean, I've been in the basement before, in the cellars, and, like, I didn't see anything.
Not everything is always as it seems. Sometimes you need special eyes. You need to look with your special eyes.
Alright.
My friend!
So he leads you around to the back where like the dumpsters and stuff are. And then I guess he'll bring him back in and be like, I mean,
We're
like,
crushing fireball inside.
I can. Ooh.
Woo!
I can see if they can.
too.
I
We
can
gotta
see if I can
drink all
sneak
of
it
it
down
so
into
that
the
he can
basement
get
if you want to take a look around.
Yeah, let me.
I get
didn't
cut of the
like
treasure.
that
though.
idea.
Get me out of here.
You got it, bud.
All
Listen,
right.
let me go talk to my friend who has the special eyes, and then I'll be right back. You
Yeah.
hang out here.
Nice
give me like,
southern
give me like
ale.
2 minutes.
Sure.
No.
Alright. I'll run back inside and I'll be like,
I'll
hey,
start
I need
cleaning
the
whatever area
eye.
he's in.
I think I got us a way into the basement. There's Bilko doors on the outside, I think.
Oh.
But I think I can get in and check. I made friends with that kid.
Oh.
I'll go with you.
Sure.
All right.
Can I have the eye?
Yeah.
Alright. Come back around. Oh, I get to roll for a trinket.
We come too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys already keep drinking your fireball.
Well, if we're not, if the
87.
plan isn't to drink until we get in, then we can just get in and not have to drink. Yeah.
You
My
get
brain
a
works
set
better
of white
without
plastic
the,
sheets
guidance.
which fit
Guidance.
easily
Thank you.
over the
Yeah.
user's
Yeah.
canines and appear vampiric. When the user utters the word blood, they drip reddish liquid which tastes like candied cherries.
This is amazing.
Are those his
You get-
eyeballs?
No, he gets-
they're like
they're
fake
plastic.
vampire
Oh,
fangs. And they go
whoa.
blood, and then they drip candy cherry juice. That's amazing.
Yeah,
very
that's what you get.
Yeah, so I'll come back out and I'll be like, these are my friends. They decided they were going to come with me. Can you sneak us all in there?
I don't know, man. No, things behind the back. Okay, give me like 2 seconds.
All right, cool.
So he'll run back and go into the kitchens and like you just hear a loud crash and a lot of yelling and like the bartenders that are like actively around are just like can you just give me 1 second? And you just hear a loud copper pot and the kid comes running out the door. He's like, go, go, go!
All right.
Yeah. You know, we go.
And
We
you go
go.
in. And you're in the cellar. There are
You can have
rows
this
of
back, I
old
guess.
bottles,
Oh, no,
crates
you
of
know.
different supplies,
You
all
take
that
it.
type of stuff.
I look around with a special eye.
I'm
You
not
look
really
around
an
with a special
investigator.
eye. You
Guidance.
don't see anything immediate, but you get like a really like the floor gets a little kind of like fuzzy glow, but like you can tell that it whatever it's detecting is like way down
Okay.
underneath.
Something under the floor.
So it's not in this cellar. There's another layer below.
Like
Uh-huh.
there's a hidden tomb beneath the floor.
Mhm.
You have a trinket.
All right. Are there any gaps in the floor?
6.
Nice. That wasn't even Mr. Bad.
A gossamer white sheet, which, when worn, allows the user to turn invisible for up to 1 minute. To activate this ability, the user must make a ghostly wail for the duration.
That's awesome.
The whole time.
The whole time you're in it, you have to.
Go.
You know, 2 options I think here. We look for a trapdoor or we break the floor.
Yeah. Those are the
Well,
two
breaking
best
the floor
options.
probably make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And we're in here based on the distraction.
So
Let's
let's look for
investigate or
Investigate the floor.
perceive the things for a way to get down.
Potentially. Are there like
and
Are there like older? Does it look like one corner of the place is like less used than the rest of it?
No.
Then we'll just
Make investigation checks.
search around.
23.
Okay.
Advantage dice?
Oh, are you helping me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
You have more than 5, right?
Yeah, and I have 4, but that was 18.
have 14.
Were you wrong? Oh, you. It's a cellar.
You know, it's kind of dark down here.
Oh, yeah, I have these goggles to make me see in the dark.
Very nice.
So you, with your 23, will notice hanging on the wall in a frame is kind of a map of the old layout of what this place used to be, and you will notice that there is a marking that's kind of off to the side outside of the building of what you can, I guess, what's the word, infer to be cellar doors.
Boys. The map here has the mark. Looks like it was outside for the cellar doors. So this could be it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. So shall we go check that out?
Yeah, that sounds like the best move.
All right, so you make your way upstairs.
If there's anything else? Yes.
Is there anything else down here? Huh?
97.
For a trinket? So many trinkets tonight. 97 gets you a set of blood-stained panpipes
Nice.
made from monstrous knuckle bones.
Gross. I cast detect magic.
There is nothing magical down here except for one very old bottle of wine.
I take that bottle of wine. You know, this one's magic.
Cool.
Let's go down the stairs. The doors. You said there's.
No, on the map, it seems
I
like
see.
there's an X for the cellar doors outside of the building.
I gotcha.
So
you
you
know.
go up and then out and then maybe down. You see on the floor. Yeah?
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Alright, so we head up.
Okay.
And out.
As you head up the stairs, one of the workers, like bartenders, comes down the stairs. And you guys go rushing back. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing down here?
This isn't where I parked my car.
What's a car?
Oh, my horse.
Oh, you've been drinking too much, buddy." He's gonna grab you and escort you outside.
You know, this was not the.
Hey.
I tried to tell him it's not the bathroom.
I
No, the
know.
bathroom is where you make it.
You're right. That is correct.
Outside there.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's right
Right.
out. There's the outhouse. I tried to tell him.
As you go,
Guys.
Copperbot's gonna see you guys leaving and be like, "Don't forget about me."
I don't know who that is.
I'm
He
gonna
got us in the basement.
I'm gonna telepathically. We got you.
I also said I gave him a thumbs up, but that works too.
You see him kind of stand up a little straighter with the knowledge that, like, they're gonna save me. I'm gonna get out of here.
Alright.
Or you know, I'll make sure this guy's okay. Yeah,
Alright.
my apologies. He's
Thanks, buddy.
a bit rambunctious.
I know.
You are welcome.
Here, but like I can't have people wandering around down in the staff.
No,
area.
you know that's definitely.
That's alright. It's
I get lost.
all right. All right. Take it easy.
Telepathically, it's okay.
Take it easy. And he's gonna go back inside.
Well, I think I played that off perfectly.
Yeah, you know, could you?
And big assist. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you know, it takes two to tango.
That is mostly accurate.
Can you tango alone?
No.
Okay.
So these doors.
Yeah, let's look for the doors. We'll go where the X is
We pace it out.
from the map
Right,
that I
like
saw. Yeah.
that
Where we
roughly.
can
Yeah.
infer.
All right. You go out there and it's kind of overgrown. So there's like a nice kind of manicured like area around the front and a little bit in the back where the dumpsters and stuff are. And then it kind of goes into like overgrown areas. So you guys are kind of searching through that. So everybody make me investigation checks.
Carl, do you have a way to make the grass less? I don't know fully how your magic works.
No, did you give me that?
Yeah,
Could craft do that?
I'm hoping for that natural 20.
I
I think I will grow things.
I got mold earth. I can just excavate.
Ah,
it's gonna
That's
be
not
magic,
bad.
but yours is much easier.
Well, yeah, well, I'm a necromancer. Getting into
I
underground.
I almost
21.
took that as a cantrip.
I have a 22.
Oh, you know, 18.
All right. So not bad. As you guys are searching, Kane, as you go around, you're gonna feel your foot step on something that doesn't feel as like soft earth, and you're gonna hear a little bit of like a hollow clunk.
Oh. Then I will back up and I will put my hand down. And if there's any loose earth, I can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it 5 feet away.
All right.
And the movement does not cause enough force to cause any damage.
How big of an area can you remove the dirt
A
from
5
again?
foot
5 foot
A
cube?
5 foot cube. Multiple
Okay.
5 foot cubes.
So you it shifts away and you see a circular metal covering on the ground. It's old, kind of rusted. You will see in the center of it a circle of hands like that. So there's like 4 handprints that make a circle.
No, I don't like this one. I want this one. Yes, this is better.
Oh, yeah, you know. Sorry about that.
Your hands are on it.
Well, we tried.
That didn't work?
I push.
No.
Oh.
Doesn't.
Oh,
I pull it open.
I'm gonna make an investigation check to see if there's any kind of mechanism. With help. I do like mechanisms.
Okay. You got 4 for me.
Alright, so that was a... Not great. Oh, you said 4?
4, yeah, no.
4, 11, 15, 20.
There is nothing mechanical that will open this.
I'm going to
Is it
check...
magic, you know?
Is detect magic up?
Sure, yeah, we were just in the basement, right?
That's true. It is magic.
You know, it is magic.
Oh, then I will make an arcana check to see if I can figure out the magical mechanism.
Okay, you know, for sure.
First 3, 15, plus...
We're almost in like a dungeon type thing.
No, I know. I
26.
So wait, what are you trying to do?
I'm using an arcana check to see if I can figure out the
Do you just know what to
the
do?
magic.
I think so.
You will be able to tell, and with detect magic too, that there is an illusionary magic on this. So there is something that is not visible to you.
He uses
Use
the
the
Yeah.
eye.
eye.
You look through the eye, and in around the hands, in the center, there is a glowing eye symbol that matches the one there and the one on the back of the mat. And there's writing, like a line in between each of the gaps of the hands, but it is in a language that you don't know. You can't make any sense of it.
Is it okay? I will share the eye with everyone to see if anybody else can read that.
All right, who does it pass to first?
Tua, because he's next to me.
Tua, you look through, and funnily enough, you recognize it.
Oh,
Right? Because it's in, what kind of language again?
Quarry.
Quarry.
Yeah.
Well, I know it, but like,
is that a rock language?
No.
Quarry jokes.
And this is what it says.
Right. To descend down below, a bond to be made,
I was just gonna
blood
say
of
the
true
same,
friends,
but-
the price to be paid. Well, only one thing to do.
Wait, what did it say? I wasn't paying attention.
To descend down below, a bond to be made. Blood of true friends, the price to be paid.
Ah, scheiße.
Everyone who stabbed their hand, take 2 damage, and
You know, I don't
take,
have a knife.
Take 1 because like didn't hurt her, but it's like oh, blood.
Ouch.
All right. And you all press your hands against it, and it glows, and you feel a warmth under your hands,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
That's so
the
warm.
metal disintegrates underneath,
Ooh.
and it opens up to a hole that drops down. It's maybe like how tall is a typical room?
8 to 10 feet.
8 to 10 feet. We'll say it's like a 9-foot drop,
Okay. Great. So no damage.
and it's a little dark and dusty. So like you can't see great. Who has dark vision out of all of you?
Me because of my goggles.
Oh, just
We're all
you?
humans, remember? That was the plan. We did that.
So you can see the room ish down
You know,
below.
does
And you notice that it's kind of like an old. It smells musty and
does
dusty
it
and all that
smell
stuff
like
like that.
methane?
And you notice dusty crates and old supply, like really old bottles, all that type of stuff. Or like things like probably have gone putrid unless they were properly.
I
made.
open the wine bottle that's magic and take a tiny sip to see if I can identify it.
Okay. So you're gonna take a little sip of it, and it doesn't really. You feel very awake and like good and just like happy. And you know that were you to ever be exhausted, you could take a couple swigs of this, and it would perk you up enough to get through it.
Sometimes I think I don't hate people.
Is this one of those times?
Nope.
Okay.
Could be, though.
Me and Bleep are gonna hop down. Because Bleep also has dark vision.
I'm gonna hop down and light a torch.
Oh,
Once
how
I
late
get
do you
down.
guys want to go? Because we're past midnight. So how late are people looking to play?
10 minutes?
Sure, I got nothing going on.
Whatever.
I gotta
Okay,
get home
so
at a
let's.
decent time.
Yeah.
Huh?
I gotta get home at a decent time. 10 more minutes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll hop down.
Yeah, I got a point that'll get you to.
I'm also going to use the rest of my magical tinkering, and I'm going to take like a couple of actions and just and make little light sources for the three of them. So they each will
nice.
have a little mechanical thing that'll glow. It gives you 5 feet of light.
Cool. So you're in a dusty place. There's like some broken old bar stools and stuff like that. Your detect magic is still up.
Yeah.
Okay. In the corner, you notice a like a storeroom that is magically kept cold. For everything. And again, there's just like some old boxes, like crates and stuff like that, kind of dusty, and bottles in this room. And you'll see a door that leads out of this room.
This seems like a very useful place for the bar to actually use.
Yeah,
This is magic.
maybe
bolt.
they just, weren't friends.
Potentially. if that
So
makes sense.
I'll drop down as well, and then I will slowly assemble my horse and my skeleton from inside the bag of holding.
Okay.
Well, I'll just take the skeleton now. He'll
Yeah, I was
just
like,
find
don't take the horse out here.
it. Why not?
I mean, you could.
He can't fit through the
It'd be
Says who?
hard maneuvering.
You're not the DM. So quiet.
Alright.
Just because you don't like centaurs doesn't mean horses can't fit everywhere.
Centaurs are great.
Well, I'll take the
yeah.
skeleton out.
Okay.
Cool. And I'll check that door for traps.
I look at the
Yellow
magically
door.
cold area to see if there's anything of
The
interest.
cold.
I look
Yeah.
at the cold
Cold
area,
room?
Yeah.
Oh no! Was there another door that like?
It's
led
just
on?
like a doorway. Like there's no
Okay.
physical
Yeah,
door.
then
It
never
just leads out.
Okay. So I will check the doorway for traps.
3.
Oh, that's 3. So that was a 8.
There are no traps. Cool.
I'm gonna peek down. 60 feet.
All right. So there's a hallway in front of you that goes right and goes left. To the right, it looks like it kind of stops, and it looks like to be like an old shit room. So there's a hole.
Ah!
There's not a great smell coming from that
The
direction.
defecation station.
To the right, the hallway goes down a little bit, and there's a door here that looks like it would be a room. The hallway continues past that, curves towards the right, and there's a bigger room.
Ah.
What you would think. You can't really see, but like it seemed you can see a little bit.
Rooms down here. And place to shit if you need to go before we continue this journey.
Before we drop, I drop down. I mean, I want to look to see if anyone is tailing us.
No, you're fine. You don't have to check. I'll
Alright.
just tell you.
I'll drop down.
Woo. No one's here. Everybody's inside jamming out.
Cowabunga!
Ah! I lied. Make a roll. For what would it be? Perception, investigation? Perception.
20.
Cowabunga.
Not natural.
You'll notice one of the workers just kind of leaning up against the house smoking a cigarette. And when you make eye contact with him, he'll just be like, hey.
Telepathically, I'll be like, what's up? And then I drop down.
Cool.
Cowabunga. Farajaka?
All right, cool. So where are you going?
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah.
Can you check and see if there's anything magic in this your shithole?
Yeah. I do that.
It's not magical. It's just shit.
You know, yeah. Actually, down there, in there, there's there's something. I can't tell what it is. It's under old poop.
That magic thwarted by so many feet of poop.
But you know, there's definitely some magic item down there. I just can't see it. There's something emanating. Seems to be enchantment magic. You know, looking at it.
Oh, I don't like enchantment.
Oh, okay.
That messes with the mind. And the mind is a terrible thing to face.
Really, like a body from a corpse. Take the mind.
No,
brain.
That's the brain.
The brain,
it's
yeah.
different. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll have Bleep go check it out. Bleep!
But no, in that respect, that is a terrible thing to waste. So many uses for corpses.
Carl says there's magic shit down there, so just like
Can he talk to you? Or
No.
is he just like mechanical
he's
clicks?
just a robot.
listens.
He can understand.
Okay, so you command him to go down.
Yeah, go see if you can find something in your shit.
He goes down, his pig snout ruffles through the feces.
Oh, I didn't sing Cicero.
Thinking that's not gonna be fun. This is almost better than just him going down.
Anything? Carl, did you make a poo-poo joke again?
Yeah, you know, it's gonna happen.
It will happen from time to time. Oh, Bleep, you're filthy. Can anyone help me clean his snack?
Nope.
He's got a poop nose. He's just stuck with a poop nose.
You know,
Make flowers grow on the shit.
Nope, not really. I can control water. You know,
Well, could you just...
I don't want to get it in his stuff.
Oh, that doesn't matter. He's good.
Oh no, he's waterproof. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could you just give him a little...
And now there's wet shit dripping off of him.
I do it again.
A little more comes off.
All right,
There you go, buddy.
Go into this room and check it off like a dog. Alright. Onward!
So there's no going back now again, because that room is just covered.
Yep.
Into poop.
Yep.
So, are you going down the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you go down the hall. Is anybody peeking in the room that you pass?
Yeah, why not? I'll look in there.
All right. In there,
I take the little light you gave me.
you'll see there is a cot with some bedding that looks like it's been lived in. Some candy wrapper, not candy, like chocolate kind of coverings, wrappings.
Chocolate.
They're wrappings. There's no plastic. So like cardboard,
Paper?
paper wrappings, I guess.
Wax
Yeah,
paper.
Wax paper. Yeah, like that type of stuff.
Chocolate?
There's some crudely drawn pictures up on the walls. And there's like a teeny tiny little painting of the famous four in the room. And this room looks like cleaner than it should be, like in comparison to the storeroom and all that type of stuff. Like
Is
it's
it
not as
dusty?
dust. It's
No,
not as
dusty.
dusty. It's also like it looks like it's been in recently.
Oh.
Smells like recent use.
Yeah.
There might be someone else down now.
You know, maybe not shout onward. Then, you know,
Did I?
you did.
To be
Oh,
honest,
that was before we knew.
Yeah.
what gets me, what I'm getting held up on, is taking me 1 or 2 seconds to think about it. Why was this inquiry on the... Anyway, that's all I'm thinking about.
That is an excellent question. Maybe there are more quarries down here. Or maybe one of the famous four was similar to you.
Or maybe the Fratellis were.
Right.
All right.
Keep him going.
Keep going louder, yeah.
Do you keep going
Yeah.
Yeah.
forward? All right. So you follow
But we
them.
look for traps as we go down the hall.
Okay. Look for traps.
So would we consider this a ruin or a dungeon?
23.
11.
That means it matters.
I mean, you could definitely consider it ruins.
Okay.
It does legitimately say find the ruins.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I can correctly ascertain its original purpose and the builders of it, whether they were dwarves, elves, humans. I assume they're humans based on everything else. But
Humans, the original purpose was it was a restaurant's basement.
hey, that's important to know.
But that doesn't
For
statistically
traps.
matter. 11, you know.
Looks great and dandy.
20
It's a little
23.
dusty, but you know. You don't see any. You don't see anything that causes alarm, like tripwires, pressure plates, holes in the wall.
No magic.
No magic that you can see. As you go into the room, you will notice a little bit of magic. You're gonna come into a room. It's a big opening. Across from it, there is a fire pit. Everybody make like a fireplace. Above the fireplace, against the back wall, is the eye symbol. And everybody make a perception check.
24.
11.
25?
6.
You two hear the sound of rushing water
Oh, do you hear that?
coming from below the fire.
Yeah. The fire seems to be wet. This running water? Listen, with your elf ears. Or your human ears.
I was gonna say.
Whatever ears you have.
I'm thinking that's actually below it. Below the fire there.
Yeah, that makes a lot
Perhaps
of
there's
sense.
like running water.
Alright, I'm gonna look for some kind of trapdoor or something secret in the fireplace.
Okay.
Is it fire lit?
I'll help you.
Thank you.
Yes, slightly magic.
Okay, but it's fire, so someone
15.
lit a fire.
Yes,
At
there.
some point.
But it's still lit, right? You said? Or is it?
But it is magical.
Right. Okay.
But
What'd you
so
say?
yes,
50.
at some point. This
You're
fire
looking
is
under the fire, or are you just like with your eyes?
Looking
Or, like,
under
touching.
the fire.
It's really hot. Is the
With
fire
my
hot?
eyes.
Is the fire hot?
I don't know. Do you go test?
Well, now I think that's what I want to do.
So what are you gonna do?
I just kind of like put my hand towards the fire there.
It definitely does not feel as hot as it should.
Am I getting burned? This fire is definitely not fire hot.
Do you put your hand in the fire?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, this isn't really fire at all.
That is so silly. Well, then I will go through and look for something.
All right. As you're feeling around with your hands, you can feel an edge around under the fire, and that with the illusionary fire, which is affixed to it, come off like a cork.
Ooh.
And suddenly the sound of rushing water becomes a lot louder.
Oh.
You guys hear that now, right?
Okay. Out of curiosity, if I look through the eye, is the illusionary fire still there?
No.
Oh.
And underneath the eye, there is a glowing arrow pointing down.
Ah. Yep. Down there. The eye told me.
Oh, yeah. He's got eyes too.
It's almost
yeah.
like when you see an eye symbol, the eye thing comes in handy.
Listen.
Crazy.
Yeah. Also, logic and reasoning come in handy. Wisdom and intelligence.
Yes, quite. Anyway, so yeah,
I poke
so
my head in.
there's another drop down, and it's dark and dank. You can see it's like stone and cavernous kind of going through, and there is rushing water on the left side.
All right,
Where you
but so we can drop down without getting into the water.
Yes.
All right. Yep. This is definitely older.
All right.
And then I'll pop down. Me and Blake.
All right, you go down.
They're good. There is a river, but you can drop down and you will not get wet.
So you all drop down, I'm assuming. Cool. Everybody make a perception check.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
27.
Ooh.
23.
Okay.
25.
Okay.
26.
You guys are good at that.
us. Damn.
All right.
Is that 24, 20? Is that all the way up? 'Cause you had 26, right?
26.
He had 23, I had 25.
One off. We had 24, 25, 26, 27.
All right. So you drop down a little ways down the passageway, kind of inset in the
monoculous.
wall. You guys
monoculous
see the faint glow of fire or like candlelight.
You know, there's seems to be a fire or candlelight ahead.
Yeah.
Should probably go that way. Would be my guess.
Is there anything in the other direction?
No, there's nothing behind you. Water to the left. Passage, like cavernous passage this way. Wall, like stone.
Sure. And I'm gonna take off my goggles of night.
Yeah.
Why don't you put these on? Sneak over there. See what's happening.
I'm gonna go do what I do. Can I roll for
Oh,
spell?
wait. First, take a this of this.
Also guidance. What's your guidance for?
Yes, you can sneak. Stealth.
All right.
Sorry, 3.
3, it's just a 3.
20.
Alright, so yeah, you're sneaky. Things are a little echoey down here. There's a lot of noise going on, so like it's easy to hide under the noise, but like you hear like very faint like sounds of him walking. So he's pretty sneaky if you're but like if you're really listening for it, you know he's there. But you guys know he's there, so whatever. So he sneaks on up. You can make your way, and as you approach the light, you'll see that there is an alcove in the side of, like in the stone in the wall. There is carved into on the wall is like a little altar, I guess, kind of. The eye symbol is carved into it above it. There is also 2 hands grasping like that. And there is a torch on either side.
All right. I'm gonna sneak back. Can I borrow that eye thing for a second? Sneak back over to the eye.
It is a language you don't know.
All right, I'm gonna sneak back. I don't know this language.
What's over there? You
There-
didn't tell us what was
sorry.
over there. You just
I'm
went over there.
sorry.
So can I have the eye walk back? Said I don't speak a language.
I'm sorry. You're right.
I don't know that.
There's 2 torches, there's an eye symbol, and there's 2 hands that are grasping on this little altar thing on an alcove down the hallway.
But
There's no people.
Not that I saw, no.
All right, let's go.
Very good. May I have my goggles back, please? No question.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Alright, so you go and you
Yes,
see what he said. What he saw.
passes the eye.
Gibberish. You recognize it as Elven.
You know, it's just like elf speak. You know, you were Silvery Moon. I thought you would learn how to speak like the elves, you know?
9. I stuck to the dwarven porter.
Ah.
Und, Silons. Passing it.
And that appears on the wall underneath the grasping hands.
You know, the gentle giant watches all, from starting mark to final fall. Kindness be the true hero's trait. Leave a sweet and alter fate. You know.
I didn't bring anything sweet. I have the pumpkin spice.
You know, is there sugar in that?
9.
You didn't
You
get
know-
anything with your 10-day rations in there? You don't got no sweets?
Do you tell us this?
Yeah, I read it out loud just like that.
I will put in my white plastic teeth and say blood and like on the top of it, so the candy cherries drips out into it. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Candy cherries.
Alter fate, baby.
I mean, I guess that's not how I was planning this going, but alright.
Trinkets. Thank you.
I guess that works.
You're the DM. You tell me. I mean, it's not chocolate, but if you want,
I know.
But
The only
the
thing is, like,
sweets-
it seems like this is an offering to something, and if you do that, it's gonna dry and become crusty, so they can't get it.
right, so
Lame
put the
offering.
juice in the pumpkin spice. It's sugary.
You know, maybe
here we go.
in the cold
Give
room
me
up
like
there.
2 minutes. So I'll pull out my glass blowing kit and
I go back up to the room that had the chocolate in it.
and then make a little
The
jar.
The wrappers, yeah.
Is there any chocolate left anywhere?
Not in this room.
I
go
will
to the
milk
cold
myself. My
Is there any
teeth.
chocolate
Milk
in
your
there?
blood teeth in
I
my
mean,
jar.
everything's like in crates and stuff like that.
I
so-
Then-
open up some crates, you know,
Mm.
looking for
Stop
some
it.
candies.
Roll an investigation.
I rolled 18 on the roll plus 4, 22.
Yeah, you can find some old chocolate bars.
Oh, you
While
know,
you're up doing that, I'm gonna milk my plastic teeth into a glass jar you made.
these guys don't really sometimes.
I made
You know,
a glass,
you
a
could've-
jar out of nothing.
It's true.
Could've used
Oh,
the
I
other
found some chocolate.
Why? I don't want to
Yeah,
show. I
it
don't want
comes
to show
in
my
this
belly.
special
That's fair.
chocolate carrying case.
It's reasonable.
Oh, all right.
Strawberry.
And then there's
And it's actually
another
strawberry.
bigger chocolate carrying case that goes outside of these
Oh.
carrying cases. You could buy them, I guess.
Seems silly.
All right. So you leave the vial of cherry juice and some chocolate. And once you put those things on the altar, after a couple seconds, a glowing arrow will appear on the wall outside of the alcove, pointing you down the hall.
All right.
And that's where we will call it for
All
tonight.
right.
Yeah.
because we're at
That
12:30.
was awesome.
Thank you,
So-
Internet.
Yeah.
And thus you enter the dungeon.
And now I can know what the dungeon's original purpose was for. When we get down.
For murder.
Oh, maybe.
All right.
Thank you, Internet,
Alright,
for
we
the
made it a
trinkets
decent amount
and the
of
charges and
Thank
things.
you.
Celine game is not done.
We have at least one more session.
We'll figure out when we're gonna play that in the near future.
Yeah.
And we will do that. And
So-
then
sorry, there's no combat.
that's okay.
It's coming though.
Doesn't have to be combat.
That was
Hey,
fun.
I made a glass dick.
You did make a
The
glass
be-
dick.
the
The
dick.
The
best.
glass dick.
The dick.
You know who would love that dick?
Tell me who.
Oz.
Would.
Ooh.
Also more.
Yeah, but he would use it as a bludgeoning tool.
Yeah.
That would break.
I don't know what to.
Yeah, because it would become a magic weapon.
Yeah.
And then would not
It would be a +1 dick.
Plus one dick.
Plus one dick.
All right.
Yeah,
Even
thank you,
dicker.
Internet, so much. What good
Thanks for
military
coming out.
tips have there been? There was someone got action surge in a combat one time. The Belladonnas did. We got the flame tongue rapier. I got the +1 perception monocle.
There was a player chat with the DM.
Oh no,
Those
never
are all
mind.
mine.
Maybe no. There's a player chat with the DM was yours,
Mhm.
and the one where someone was supposed to teach someone a druid cantrip of their choice, but Pat got rid of it. He refused it and made it go away. So I think those are the only good ones.
So far.
So far. Thank you all so much for watching. If there's nothing
Yes.
going on work related for me tomorrow, we will be building a bionicle character
Ooh.
on Itbel's character tomorrow.
The guy who kicks the rocks.
It's Onua. I don't remember which one was that.
Yeah.
We built Ben 10 last week. So that was weird.
If it's not the brown one, then it's not cool.
Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, and then next Monday will be more world building, followed by the return of Everin.
It's been a minute.
The long-awaited return.
That's
I gotta
Yes.
get everybody to finish, well, mostly you, to finish writing your recaps so that I can try to mass edit everything out. Oh, this Saturday night.
Oh yeah, I started working on it. I have a couple more episodes I have to trudge through. I'll get it to you.
This Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the first of the Rise of Tiamat Belladonna continuing adventures. The Search for Valandris. That is this coming Saturday. It'll be about a 4-hour session with a break in the middle. If I'm able to get the book ahead of time, we'll be doing a giveaway live in the chat of the Tyranny of Dragons Collector's Edition reprinted cover that is both Rise of Tiamat, Horde of the Dragon Queen in one book with reworked chapters.
That's awesome.
That will be part of the giveaway if I can snag it beforehand. So, anyway, stay tuned for that. More information to come. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, Internet. Thanks for coming out.